Whoa, we got a crew here tonight. Is this working? I think this is working. I hope it's working. Hey, welcome to Order 42. I am Rob, and we've got a crew here tonight. Welcome everybody. We got Ricky, we got Ted, we got Cosma or Jeff. How's it going? Uh Caleb? I mean, look. Hi Rob, I'm Ricky. Well, welcome Ricky. And Falcro is here. Rich 88. Oh my gosh. Wow. You guys. You guys. And don't worry. We will talk a little bit. I mean, this is Bucho's idea. He wanted me to talk a little bit about Lindsay Lohan. So, and that's apparently how you say it. Is Lohan. Which I've been mispronouncing it for years. But hey. Yeah, Bucho is not here. At least not yet. But he's getting. I mean, I don't know about 30 minutes. I don't know if I can talk about her for 30 minutes. But look, he wanted me to talk about it, so I'll talk about it. Lindsay Lohan. Yes. Yes. But look, let's start it out and let's talk about it. Let's talk about that crazy Greek. I know that this is, it's Christmas week and all that kind of stuff. But wow, I mean that news hit me. Um, it hit me like a ton of bricks. When Leon sent me a text saying that he had reached out on Twitter, which is one of those things where I'm like, why didn't I do that? Why I didn't even think about it. I sent him a message on Discord. Um, but yeah, he got a message from from Greek's sister saying that George passed away on November 29th. And I was just I was trying what I was doing was I was looking on his Twitter to find a picture of him, but he the guy was a retweeting fool, and he had a love for all of our content, all of the Game Chasers crew, RGT85. He's a big wrestling fan. So, of course, he supported Eric, 8-Bit Eric. Of course, the Game Chasers, they knew about him. It was just, it was just a shock, And it's sad because we had talked about him, we had said, where is he, what is going on? And, and yeah, it was just nuts. And the thing is, hello, Bucho. Welcome. But yes, the crazy thing, and this is what really hit for me. Like I said, I'm going through his Twitter and I'm looking for stuff, and the last thing that he liked was one of my tweets, and the last thing that he did in our Discord was welcoming someone new. So yeah, sorry, it's easy for me to get emotional these days, but yeah, it just sucks. It just sucks. And seeing that, like Eric said something on Twitter about it, RGT85 did. Um, I know Billy said something on his stream. I haven't been on Jay streams. I know he was in. Excuse me, sorry. I know he was in Kansas City this weekend, but yeah, yeah, he he loved the community, and for whatever reason welcomed me into it. Um, I'm not the biggest gamer guy, in the world, but for whatever reason, he really uh, he really just took to us and took to our stream and our Discord server, all of those things. It was really cool. He was a really cool guy, and he messed with people too. He didn't have a problem messing with people. And that's the thing that I want to remember about him, is not the end, but the support that he gave to me and all of I mean a lot of my friends, people that, that I actually support as well, of course Eric and Jay and Billy and RGT. And it was, yes. I mean, you guys were relentless. You and Caleb, you and Greek were relentless, just trolling, and it was fun. It was a fun thing, and yeah, yeah. It's just it's one of those things, where you just you get to know somebody, and unfortunately, I didn't get to meet him. Actually, meet him. I did get to meet. I mean, just think about all the supporters of not just me, but the Game Chasers, and like Big Boss. We lost this year. Jeff the RMG, we lost this year. William Patrick, who was in Jay's chat all the time. I talked with him a couple of times in chat there, and it was just like just a bunch of cool guys, and we just this year's been rough on supporters of us. So yeah, yeah, very kind and down to earth guy. I know, and it's one of those things where I keep thinking, man, it sucks that I didn't set up. I say we, it's really just me, right? I didn't set up a thing where we could all get into like a Zoom room or Discord or something, and just hang out, chat. We didn't do that. We hadn't done that yet, and it's just yeah, it's a regret of mine for sure. But at the same time, I think he did a lot for us. He did a lot for our community. And yes, we could in the new year, Wraith. Exactly, exactly. Mischievous with a big heart. I know. Yeah, it sucks, but I know that Greek wouldn't want us to be down. I mean, it's hard to know what he would want, but you know what? Let's have a good time tonight. Let's have a good time. Let's remember him. Let's honor him. I hope he rests in peace. Um, yeah. So, cheers to you. Drink some tea to you, Greek. Um, I'll try to have a. It's gonna be really, the weather's gonna be nuts here in the next week, but I'll try to have a euro in your honor very soon. Yeah, that crazy Greek. But anyway, how are you guys doing? Are you guys having a week? Are you guys having a good week? The Beer Chasers, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but it's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys. Uh I hope you guys had a good week. I had a gosh, it's been I'm just going to say it. Wife's been off. So we've been doing stuff. We've been out doing stuff, and it's the main reason why I didn't get a video out yesterday. That's just one of those things, when the wife's off, it's time to get some things done. And honestly, there haven't been a whole lot of movies lately that I've been really like, oh man, I after Avatar, I was kind of like, what do we do, So yeah, this weather has made work just crazy. This past week was not fun for many reasons. Okay. And Jim Largo is here. God, welcome everybody in. Good to see you guys. I hope you guys are doing okay. And I hope you guys are going to have a good week. You know what I mean? Like, we got Christmas coming up, and I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, but whatever. I just hope you have a good week, How's that OLED TV treating you? I got to say, the OLED is awesome. The OLED is good. Very, very good. There are actually still things that I'm trying to learn. Like one of those things that is like excuse me. One of those things, Carbonite. Welcome, Carbonite. Good to see you, sir. Bucho hates chimneys. I mean, who doesn't? I don't hate chimneys. I don't hate chimneys. But what it does is, especially if something is like really dim, what it'll do is it'll automatically dim like everything. And I'm like, that shouldn't be doing that. And I'm not sure why that's happening because I've turned off all of the auto brightness and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why it's doing it. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But last night got to watch one of my favorite movies and yeah, I loved it. I looked great. First time watching it in on a 4K disc, and it was good. Have I checked dynamic contrast? Yes, that's the thing. I think it has something to do with it maybe no, because it happened when I was streaming. When I streamed Nope the other day. It happened then when it would just like when it, the nighttime shots, and it would just get really, really dark, and then your eyes kind of adjust to it, and then it wouldn't brighten back up in the sunshine. Look, like when it was this, the next scene or whatever that's in the sun. So it was just a really weird, power saving mode. It's something in there, and I've got to figure out what it is. Since LG has a section called OLED saving, where apparently, what it does is it tries to move the screen around a little bit when there's logos. So like if you're watching ESPN, and it's kind of white on your screen, you don't want that to be burned in, which kind of makes me think that what I should do is just for whatever is, I change scenes quite a bit. So that shouldn't be a problem. But no, it's not busted. Need a new one, I'll take it off so you can buy another. I think I'll be okay. I'll be okay. But no, it's got to be something like what you're saying, right? Where it's either a power saving mode or something like that, where it's just doing that. And I don't understand. I just got one also turned off the light sensor. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. I thought I had all that turned off. So I'm just going to go in there and make sure that happens. Might be a stupid question. Never a stupid question. That's not true. There are some stupid questions out there, but this is not a stupid question. Do OLEDs ever get dead pixels? I think it's possible, but what the thing about OLED is because it is supposedly is that the early OLEDs had a real problem with burn in. So just like plasma TVs, things would burn in, so like, I'm trying to think of like the ESPN logo or something like that. Or if you're watching a stream for many, many, many hours, yeah, that can happen. I think they've got it pretty well sorted out now. In fact, what happens on the LG OLEDs is that they do it's sort of like a cycling, where it goes and it cleans. I don't know exactly what it's doing, but it's supposed to help with that sort of things like burn in. But I'm pretty sure that you'd have to be watching something for like 12 hours straight, But even then, there were tests that like, yeah, I had this still image on for 36 hours and it didn't do any burn in. So that's one of those things that I think is okay, but I just got to figure out what it is that's doing that, that's, and it, like I said, it doesn't happen all the time. I think I got them all. But what was going on last night was another issue where, because of the way that, I'll just say this. Because of how I have everything hooked up, I have, for whatever reason, there were some issues with the audio when the Blu-ray player, the 4K Blu-ray player, sends everything through the HDMI to the TV, and then the TV is sending out digital, the digital output, the digital, you know what I'm talking about? The little digital fiber optics looking thing to my receiver, because I don't have 4K on my receiver. It's an old receiver. So I can't just plug everything into the receiver and just one out to the TV. Does that make sense? So where the TV would just basically be a monitor. That's how I had everything hooked up originally. But then I learned the trick that if you plug everything into your TV, then send the audio, you can still get 5.1, which is what I want for my setup. For whatever reason, that pass-through wasn't working. Also doesn't work on the Switch. So I've still, no matter what I do with the Switch, it's hooked up to the TV, no matter no matter what I do, it will not send a surround signal to the TV and then out of the TV to my receiver. It won't do it. What I had to do on the last TV is I had the switch hooked up directly to the receiver and then out, because it's a 1080p signal, right? So it's just one of those weird things. That I was still working on. But anyway, the way that I have the 4K disc player hooked up is it's straight to the TV, and then for whatever reason it wasn't sending the information to the receiver, the surround sound. So I figured out it actually has an audio out HDMI. So then what I do is, instead of everything staying the same, you switch to that auxiliary input on the receiver to get the audio, but the TV is getting the video. So it's really kind of strange, and I kind of wish it didn't have to be like that. I kind of just wish my TV had more inputs. And yeah, eventually I'll buy a new receiver, but my receiver's still good, and I don't have 7 speakers. I have 5. So there's no reason for me to do anything else other than 5.1. I need a new input, a new pass-through, basically. An updated receiver so I can take a 4K signal and send it out to my TV. That makes sense? Wow, that was crazy. Okay, anyway. I'm a noob when it comes to TVs and monitors. Yeah, it can be kind of crazy, but once you get it set up, it's like, okay, that's awesome. And I mean, the way that I had it set up before on the old TV was fine, because the TV couldn't do 4K HDR anyway. So there was a lot of, well, I just won't worry about it, But now that every input on my TV can do 4K 120, it's kind of like, why would I want to watch anything other than 4K 120 right now? Or, at least have that ability. Anyway. So yeah, the OLED's doing okay. Basically. So what do we got? I just wanted to show you this. This is just one of those things that I saw and it made me laugh. It's a big Fruit Loop. Every time I see it, it cracks me up, this thing. And apparently it's all sold out. Unfortunately, it's all sold out. But it's basically just one big Fruit Loop in a box. And it also says down here at the bottom, it says, which you can't really see, but it says Fruit Loops is a trademark owned by Kellogg's, not affiliated with, and as far as we know, does not endorse this artwork. But holy crap, a big Fruit Loop. I really want one. I really just want a big Fruit Loop. But they're sold out. And yeah, Toucan Sam, well, a toucan. It's probably Toucan Fred. Or something. Pick your name. I just thought it was funny. It made me laugh. Also, do you guys eat almonds? Because holy crap, these are really good. They're almost gone. I need to buy some more. I love me some almonds. Toucan Dan. There you go. That's a good one. I like that. Toucan Dan. Already food is finished. I got my ramen with brisket. That sounds awesome, actually. That sounds really good. Like really, really good. You're a cashew man yourself? Hey, look. I love nuts. I do. I love all kinds of nuts. But almonds. I love pecans. Love cashews for sure. But yeah, like Buc-ee's clipped. Just kidding. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay. Yeah, Buc-ee's does the cinnamon glazed pecans, cashews, and something else. It's not peanuts. It's another kind of nut, but they're awesome. They're really, really good. But yeah, I'm a big fan. And every now and then, like I said, Blue Diamond will come out with some new flavor. And what this tastes like, if you've ever had Korean barbecue, if you can imagine sticking your face in like a bowl and just breathing in and smelling all of that. So it's take out the meat part of it, but all the different flavors, all the different, spices and stuff that they put on there. That's what these taste like. And the first bite, I was like, I don't know about this. And then proceeded to, eat like a quarter of the can there. So yeah, they're really good. And Bucky's nuts are tasty. Oh, nasty? I thought you said tasty. What do you really? You don't like the glazed pecans and glazed almonds and glazed cashews? No? What flavor are those? So yeah, these are Korean barbecue. So if you can imagine a bowl of Korean barbecue or a plate, you've got your your short ribs there. Just all those smells that come. Oh man, they're good. It's good. I like it. Very, very good. I confused Blue Diamond with Blue Buffalo. Those are two very different food companies. I don't even know what Blue Buffalo is. But I'm curious, Ted. What do you mean Bucky's nuts are nasty? I love them. Oh, dog food. Okay, gotcha. Blue Wilderness animal food. Hmm. I don't know. I've always liked ever since I started going to Bucky's when they opened this Bucky's, a few miles. I say a few miles down the road. No, not the glazed nuts. They have something called Bucky's Nuts, some kind of maple flavored thing. Oh, you're talking about the beaver nuggets? I like the beaver nuggets too. They're basically popped corn covered in like a maple glaze. I love those. Blue milk. That's another one. Yeah, that's it. Don't like them. See, that's one of those weird things, man, because I tried the beaver nuggets the first time and I was like, oh, yeah, I can see why they're like, I can see why people like these. And then the next thing I know, a third of the bag is gone. It's just, to me, it's incredibly snacky. I love it. Never had any of the nuts from Bucky's, but I do enjoy their barbecue sloppy Joe sandwiches. I actually watched my dad, because I've got it so into beard meets food. My dad sent me a video, and I can't remember the name of the channel. It's oh god, what's the name of the channel? It's a food channel where he goes around like all over the world and goes to different places and tries things. But he went to Bucky's and did like 24-hour Bucky's. I don't know if he actually ate for 24 hours, but he bought a ton of stuff. And there was stuff that he got, and I'm like, I've never tried that. That looks awesome. In fact, I've never done like they chop up the brisket and the pulled pork and all that stuff, and they do that, and they put them in sandwiches, and they put them, you know what I mean, where you can just come up and grab them and pay for them. I've never done the whole place and order thing. I guess I need to do that because some of the stuff there looked awesome. But if you will, give me just a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, wait. What are we saying? Maple cotton candy. I've never had that. Great value cashews. Don't eat them often. They mess with my stomach. Yeah, that used to be my problem too. I used to have a problem with that. Don't have that problem anymore. After, I mean, I'm not saying that everybody should, take out their intestines, but that kind of helps. I can eat pretty much whatever. Anything that used to give me trouble doesn't give me trouble anymore. But I just go to the bathroom a lot. Anyway, I love maple stuff for the most part. Yeah, me too. Me too. Bacon. Mm. You know what? I don't think I've ever gone to Cotton Patch. I don't think I've ever been there. We have like a ton of them around. I don't think I've ever had it. Maple syrup festival, that and maple fudge. Oh my god. Chicken fried bacon. Yeah, usually just grab one of the pre-made sandwiches. Yeah, see, that's what he did is he ordered this stuff where it was like different pulled pork sandwich and there was some sort of beef sandwich, but they look so much more like almost like a restaurant kind of thing. And when I saw it, I was like, in fact, I kind of want to go. Like honestly, like right now. I don't know what it is, but today I've just been hungry all day. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. Love Cotton Patch, but some people don't like it. Those same people choose In and Out over something like Burger King or some other good place. I like In and Out. See, here's one of those things. Okay. I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh man, In and Out, Whataburger, blah, blah, blah. I like them all. I like them all. There are times when I'm like, I want Whataburger. And there are times when I want In and Out. Just like sometimes you're like, I just want a Big Mac. Yeah, it's probably not good for you, you know? But sometimes you just want a Big Mac or you just want a quarter pounder or a McChicken or whatever, you know what I mean? You think In and Out is overrated? It's because you're wrong. No, I'm kidding. I love In and Out. But then again, I was also introduced the right way. And by that I mean you get to me In and Out is fine. It's fine. It's middle of the road. But to me what puts it over the edge is that animal style, double animal style with pickles, no lettuce, no tomato. That's how I get mine. With, and this is important to me, it's important. Well done fries. And I'm seriously, I'm super happy. And the difference is like I can eat that and then go do something. No problem. If I go to Whataburger and get a sweet and spicy burger and a medium fry, I want to take a nap. It's just a difference in the way that, I don't know. It's just different. But hey, there you go. Indiana doesn't have Whataburger or In-N-Out. Well, you just haven't lived, have you? Just kidding. Blaze Pizza, Spanky's, Whataburger, Cane's. Never had Blaze Pizza. And I don't even know what Spanky's is. Don't even know. Yeah, White Castles. Every time I've been close to a White Castle, I keep hearing, Like Billy and Jay and I went to Crystal Burger, which I know is probably not exactly the same. But they said, yeah, White Castle tastes exactly like it does out of the freezer. Go to the freezer aisle at Walmart and pick up a thing of White Castle burgers. It's gonna taste about the same. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like those. So, hope to try Culver's when I'm in Houston this weekend. I don't know where Culver's is like based out of, but that was some good stuff. Like really, really good stuff. Oh, and I'll tell you this too. Went to Arby's the other day, and their Wagyu burgers are back. My God, that thing's good. Like it's really good. Really good. Jealous of your In-N-Out, Whataburger, and Buc-ee's. Nothing cool like that near me. Well, you're in Indiana. I'm kidding. I don't know anything. I seriously have never been to Indiana, so I can't say. There you probably have some really, really good stuff that you don't think about as being good because you've had it your whole life. Just like I never thought Whataburger was that big of a deal until people started saying stuff online. Oh my God, I had a Whataburger and it was amazing. And I'm like, really? It's just Whataburger. It's something I've had my whole life. I don't know. The sweet and spicy, man, is really good at Whataburger. But again, I feel like I need a nap afterward. Think of Blaze Pizza as pizza with Jimmy John's all together. Okay, so it's one of those, you put whatever you want on it and then they bake it. So kind of like Pie 5 then. In all honesty, right now, my favorite thing at Wendy's is the Italian mozzarella chicken sandwich. I've actually heard that's really good. And the other day, I went to Wendy's. This is like 2 weeks ago, and got the the what is it, pretzel pub bacon cheeseburger, whatever. A couple of years ago, that thing was absolute like my favorite thing to eat, like out. Period. It's just I loved it. Something's different about it. It's not as good now. So I don't know. I probably need to try that. If you get White Castles or Long John Silver's, you'll be in the bathroom for a week. Well, I went to Long John's last night actually, and it was awesome because I had cheese curds. I love cheese curds. I love them. Love them so much. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hmm. It's spicy, huh, Ricky? Okay. The the chicken sandwich. Oh, Charlie's and Moe's. See, I've never had either one of those. Hmm. And Jimmy John's is one of those places where I'm like, yeah, it's fine in a pinch, but I would rather. I'll take Jimmy John's over Subway, but I'd rather have Jersey Mike's any day of the week. In fact, anything you're naming, I'd rather have Jimmy John. I mean, Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's is my favorite place, period. But hey, insulting carbonite. Decades. When was the last time you had a sloppy Joe? It's got to be. It's not decades for me because I know that we had it, like we made it once, and it was one of those where it's like April and I were just like, that sounds good. Let's go get the stuff and make it, you know? And we made it and was like, it's not quite as good as I remember, you know? It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just not good. It's just not good. And yeah, Long John Silver's, the curds, dude, A&W, man, I'm telling you, it's so frustrating because there's not one close to us. We just happened to be in the area yesterday when we were out doing shopping and stuff. And just happened to be in the area. We're like, hey, let's go to Long John's. And I'm like, oh, cheese curds. But then I was like, man, I kind of want a Papa Burger from A&W, but I don't get to have, I get burgers all the time. I don't get a good, I say good, I don't get a Long John's fried fish very much. So I got the fish and cheese curds. But there you go. I've never been to Freddy's. Spicy or regular on the sandwich? Okay. Firehouse over Jimmy John's. That's a good call. Firehouse is definitely good. I always forget about Firehouse because we have one, but it's very inconvenient to get to. Like it takes an inordinately long time to get to it with how far away it is. Does that make sense? Because the parking lot sucks and all of the traffic around there just sucks. So we rarely go there over there because it's just like it's a time suck. You know? It's like, oh, I want to go to this place. It's only like 2 miles away. It's only like a half a mile further than say than Jersey Mike's. But it's like it takes like 15 more minutes to get there. So strawberry lemonade become my drink of the year. You know what mine is lately? I've been drinking a lot of Coke Zero. Because I shouldn't say that. I can have regular Coke and all that stuff. But because of the way that your body treats it, you know, you don't just pee out Coke, you know. A lot of the coloring and all that goes through your digestive tract and it messes me up. Coke Zero though, or Diet Pepsi or any of those, the 0-calorie ones, don't mess with me. So I've been drinking a lot of Coke Zero lately. Almost no one talks about A&W. I know it. And it's kind of sucks. I'd rather just have chili. Know any good places there that make good chili? Are you talking to me? Chili in Chile? The country chili? No, I'll tell you what. I think a pretty underrated place It's another one of those that just doesn't talk very much. People don't talk about it very much. Potbelly. That's a good sandwich. It's almost like the difference between, okay, so Five Guys is to Shake Shack as, okay, wait a minute. Five Guys, Shake Shack, Firehouse to Potbelly, in a way. That's probably terrible. But to me, I think Potbelly has one of the better chilies in that sort of mid ground. Not quite a restaurant, but not quite just a fast food place either. You still go in and you place an order and they make it and they call your name and you go get the thing and it's you then you eat it with your hands because it's a sandwich. I don't know what I'm doing. Jay said something like A&W has chilled root beer mugs. They do. They do. And I like root beer. I do. And I like A&W root beer a lot. But I don't care. That doesn't make that big of a difference to me. I mean, I get it though. I get it. I'm just like, We have Penn Station. It used to be good, but it's gone downhill. We have McAllister's too, but I haven't been. McAllister's is good. But it's definitely more, it's definitely that next level where it's kind of like a Jason's Deli. Do you have a Jason's Deli? Basically, if it's got sandwiches, I'm down for going pretty much. Even Subway. I'll even go to Subway. But I definitely have my tiers, And the thing is, Potbelly's another one. Really close to me. Not much further away. Really difficult to get to. So, Firehouse is on the complete opposite side of town for me. It takes me almost 10 minutes just to drive there without stopping. Yeah, it's with traffic and everything, it takes me about 20 minutes to get to Firehouse. And that's annoying. Very annoying. Dr. Pepper Zero is good. It is. Lately, I like the Cherry Coke Zero and the Vanilla Cherry Coke Zero. I wish they just had a Vanilla Coke Zero. But yeah. Hour away from A&W. Can you hear my stomach? Like growling? It's weird. I don't have the cravings anymore. Yeah, see, I don't either. I can totally go without all of them. Because I typically just drink water and tea. But lately, I've been treating like Coke Zero and stuff like that as like a treat. Almost like a dessert. High C Orange. Viva Chile. Viva whatever that says. I'm not going to even try. I don't know what that means. You're a bit of a soda-holic when it comes to zero sugar. I don't know about chilled, but they used to have those big beer glass style mugs back in the day. They were cool. I haven't seen them since like the 90s. They have them there now. Like the one that we went to last night, which again, kind of far away, but we were in the area. Yeah, they had them, and my wife got one. Greetings, John. Welcome, John. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I need to call you. I need to call you like tomorrow and get caught up. So yeah. They have Vanilla Coke Zero at Walmart. Yeah, see it, but they're in the cans. I want a 20 ounce. Or even the ones that come in the 6-packs, they're not quite 20 ounce. But they don't have, the only Coke Zero they have is in cans. And I'm like, what the hell? Do I normally get hot or cold subs? If you're asking me, it's very rare that I get hot subs. I have nothing against hot subs. Hot subs are good. But for me, I usually go for an Italian sandwich. That's what I did. That's what I go to. It's definitely a cold sandwich. For me, it's like I said, Jersey Mike's, the number 8, the club sub. Wow. To me, it is my favorite fast food on the planet. It's one of those desert island places, right? For me. Like, oh, you can only have this for the rest of your life. I'm serious. I've had Jersey Mike's like 4 times in a week. And I definitely could do it twice in a day. I did Chipotle twice in a day once. But man, I'm a Jersey Mike's fanatic. So maybe we can try In and Out at the next Retropalooza. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Yeah. And again, come with me so I can tell you what to order. So you get the good thing. As long as you don't mind like the mustard and stuff like that, and the kind of the relish stuff that they put on top, I'll take care of you. Get you a good one. Cold subs, but hot for meatball sub and turkey club. I've never been a meatball guy. I like meatball subs, but I'm like, it's kind of like, to me, it's like, it's how I've always treated the filet of fish. Yes, I've had it. It's not bad, but I'm not gonna order that if there's something else on the menu I want, like a quarter pounder with cheese. That's just how I look at it. But there you go. Depending on the soda, some taste better in the cans. Big Red. I've never been a Big Red fan. A hot sub like a meatball or chicken parm. See, those are both great. But to me, there's something about I don't know, man. I can't explain it to you. For me, it's cold sub all the way. Jersey Mike's all day, every day. Every day. All the way Mikey's way. You bet your ass Mike's way. Yeah. And mine comes with mayonnaise and bacon, which is another one of those things where it's like the mayonnaise, the oil, the vinegar, the all that. I'm telling you, it's awesome. It's awesome. Which has some sandwiches that are great. Others are pretty meh. Yeah, I have a which too, but again, my wife is not a big sandwich person. I am a big sandwich. Sorry, she's not big into sandwiches because she is very like basic when it comes to what she wants on her sandwich. So it's like if we went to which, she'd go, "Oh, just give me a turkey and cheese." I'm like, "You can get that here in the kitchen. Why are we going there?" So typically when it comes to sandwiches, we don't worry about it. Rob Rivera, what up? I came from Billy's channel. Well, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. And look, it's different over here. We talk less about games and more about movies, but right now we're just talking about sandwiches and crap. I don't know. It's just what happens, man. We're just chilling and hanging out. Where do you personally rank some of the sandwich places like Subway, Jimmy John's, Firehouse? I'm curious. So for me, it's probably Jersey Mike's, of course, because it's my top ever. Probably Firehouse, Jimmy John's, Subway. Which is probably underneath Firehouse. Potbelly is probably okay. So sorry, we're doing the Quentin Tarantino edited version of Rob's sandwich list. That doesn't make any sense. So probably Jersey Mike's, Firehouse, which, Jimmy John's, Subway. Kind of. Yeah. 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 Subway's at the bottom. Like totally at the bottom. I'll still eat it, but I'd rather go to the other place. Any other place. Pretty much any other place. I'm in my mid 40s and I still can't handle relish. Well, and that's what Ricky said something about. Isn't relish just like pickles, right? But there's something else in there. Um, like on the like the special sauce or whatever at In and Out is kind of like a Thousand Islandy relish. Um, I love it. It's perfect. But to me, I like their pickles are really good. So I get pickles on it, and I take the lettuce and tomato off, which I normally would eat. Oh, and it's got grilled onions on it. So the regular sandwich has raw onion. So animal style just means that they squirt mustard on the grill and they basically cook the burger in the mustard. And it just gives it I don't know. It's perfect to me. It's perfect. I get it though. I get it when people don't like this stuff, but man, I love it. I just like pickles, meat, and cheese. Yeah, see, and that's one of those things where it's kind of like you go to some of these places and to get like their signature thing, it's like, oh, we have a, I don't know, a pickled beet on it or something, you know? And you're like, I mean, okay, I don't know if that'll be good, but okay, I'll try it. I mean, it's your signature thing. Sometimes it's awesome, and sometimes it's like, yeah, I'll just have the regular thing that I get at every place, you know? But like McAllister's, almost everything I've tried there has been awesome. And I also like Jason's Deli, which to me, McAllister's and they're almost in a different tier because it's almost like a restaurant. Not quite a restaurant, but not quite fast food. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't know. You've had Subway like once a year and it just seems worse every time. Mm. Worked at Subway for more than a few years. Their meatballs bounce and the sauce can bleach your clothes. Yeah, no, no, no. Your wife's the same way? Yeah. And I'm sorry I'm behind. But yes, she's just not a sandwich person, which is fine. You know, we'll find something else to get. Subway has become a place where you only go if you're invited, and that's where the other people want to go. Right. And in fact, it's one of those, why do you want to go there? You know? And yeah, yeah, Cosma and Ricky both. Yes, Jay already does food stuff on his channel. I did one, I think one thing, and it got like no attention. So I was kind of like, I'm not that into. Oh man, this thing is good. But like, I'll talk about this for a second. You know, like, oh man, these, go buy some Korean barbecue almonds. They're awesome. But yeah, Squiggles, did I say hi to you? I don't know if I did, but welcome, Squiggles. Welcome. We talked about that crazy Greek earlier. Um, but yeah, if you guys missed the beginning, we did lose that crazy Greek November 29th. We got news of it this weekend. It's a bummer, and I'm happy that I'd gotten to know him as well as I did, and I wish him the best. I hope his family's okay. But yeah, rest in peace, Greek. You were yeah, he was my first mod as well. I didn't even mention that. He was the first person that I modded in this channel on YouTube. So, anyway, I want to see Avatar, but I'm too busy this time of year, especially to see it in 3D like I want it. And that's, you know, I've heard that from a lot of different people on the internet. Like, they're like, oh my God, all the 3D showings are sold out. I want to see it in 3D. I don't want to waste going to the movie to see it in a, you know, where it's not like, it's not made for, I mean, it is made for 2D, but you know, you want to see it in the best possible way. But 3D, man, the 3D was really, really good. Don't forget to smash that like button. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I mean, Nightbot says to do it every now and then, but hey, you know, all that stuff is, it's gotten to that point now where I really understand, you know, when somebody stops the video for a second and says, hey, you know, you should like and comment and subscribe, and that really helps. It really helps. It's like, if I don't get a comment on a video, I know that there's a ceiling on how well that video is going to do. But it's also, it's so weird because sometimes it could be like, maybe just, Rob, maybe nobody wants to hear what you're talking about. I mean, maybe that's it. So I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I've noticed that. Anyway, I'm talking about any channel that you enjoy watching their content. I'm telling you, liking, commenting, sharing, all of that stuff, man, it's one of those things where it's a very low effort thing that you can do that really helps the channel. So, just saying. Mustard relish from Steak and Shake is awesome. God, it's been forever since I've had Steak and Shake. They closed a bunch of them around me. But yeah, the awesome is something else. I've never had that. I don't even know where the nearest Steak and Shake is to me now. You like ketchup and that's about it. When it's condiments, I like buffalo sauce too. Mustard is awesome. See, to me, I'm a very I'm a what do you call it? mix your condiments. Because it's like, oh, well, I like mustard and I like ketchup. You mix it together and it makes a new thing. And I'm not saying you have to sit there and, you're not a chef, you're doing all this stuff with whisk and all that. No, I'm just saying mustard on one side, ketchup on the other. Add something special. To me, when I'm making homemade burgers, thin layer of, I know some people don't like mayonnaise, but thin layer of mayonnaise, mustard, bam, good to go. Yeah, it's good. Firehouse is great. I'm making the New York Steamer and the Smokehouse beef and cheddar brisket. Yeah, both are awesome. Go buy some beanie weenies. And yes, Magnus, welcome. I thought Avatar 2 was 25 minutes too long. There's only so much of Blue Monkey swimming with the fishes that you can take. I think James Cameron is like George Lucas. No one is there to tell him no. Avatar 2 is self-indulgent. Well, but that's your opinion, man. That's one of those things where, like we disagreed in the Discord about certain movies being slow. It's just like certain movies I totally get when people don't like them. Like I know that Avatar, Blade Runner, Dune are kind of in that same sort of area where they spend a lot of time on the setting and on the world building. And if you're not into that and you get bored, I totally get it. Like I guarantee you that I'm pretty sure my wife's never seen Blade Runner. She saw Avatar and was bored. I'm pretty sure she's not going to like Blade Runner if we ever watch it. I'm pretty sure she's not going to like Dune if and when we watch it. But it's one of those where, to me, like the world building is really, really important. And at a certain point, I just relax and I just go, look, if this is, let's watch, let's see what it is. Let's see what's going on. To me, everything in that movie, I get why people say that it should be cut down. But I'm one of those people that I think character motivations are very, very important. And if you can spend time on character motivation, do it because it helps the ending. When things start to come together and characters start making decisions based on what you've seen, it starts to make sense and it starts to hit better. And for me, Avatar was great. I totally get it when people say they don't like it though. But I loved it. I thought it was great. Never seen Avatar. And see, that's one of those things too, where, if you see the trailer and you go, I don't get it, blue people. I'm telling you, man, going in the theater and seeing it presented the way it's meant to be seen, 3D in a big screen, dude, it's like I said, it's less of a movie and more of an experience. But Doctor Vintage, like an actual doctor. But welcome. Good to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you in here, but welcome. I like to practice a safe lunch and use condiments. Oh, man. The frame rate was inconsistent, especially during the action parts. Despite all the money and time, I don't think the technology is there yet. Mustard, ketchup, and mayonnaise make me vomit. Magnus, look, everybody. Hey, everybody chill out because Magnus has some opinions that he wants to share. Just kidding, Magnus. I get that though. The frame rate was one of those things that took me a bit to get used to. But once I got used to it, I loved it. I really enjoyed it. Now, that's one of the weird the things that I keep thinking is he going to release this on 4K? And is it going to be 48 frames per second? That means the actual size of the movie is going to be different. Is it going to be spread over 2 discs? I don't know. It's going to be, to me, that stuff is interesting though. I get it though. Hate mayo on its own, but with the right mustard ratio, it can really set a sandwich off. because it becomes a different thing. You know, it's just like, you take olive oil, you take eggs, you mix them in the right way. You get mustard, or you get mayonnaise. Leon calls them cats, but Leon is another beast altogether. World building on Blade Runner is amazing. I love it, but that's me. Ricky, I'm the same way. The Fablemans look self-indulgent. Yes, but the difference is I really like Steven Spielberg and I want to see it. I just haven't made the time to go see it yet. But that's one I really want to see. I don't think James Cameron is good at character building. He's good at action set pieces. He's not the best storyteller. I had some small bottles of Jack Daniels to help me get through it. Well, I'm trying to think. I think True Lies, probably. I mean, Titanic, Aliens. There's some really, really good character building in all those movies. Now, again, I get it. You don't like Titanic. I get it. You don't like, I don't know, see how you can't like Aliens, but maybe you don't like Aliens. But to me, every James Cameron movie hits in a certain way, and I love it. I have rarely been disappointed. I can't think of a movie that he's made that I don't like. But that's just me. Always been a big fan of always been a big fan of a well thought out fantasy world. That's why I love Labyrinth and The Dark Crystal. The wife finds them both boring and a little creepy. Same. Of course, April likes Labyrinth. She doesn't like Dark Crystal. But no, I totally get that. Zaki with a different name? What did I miss? I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Dr. Vintage. Is this one of those things where you're writing a prescription? And no, that's actually a terrible joke because I can't even understand where I was going with that. Digital release, most likely. I mean, yes, but it's going to be released on some sort of collector's set. You know it. You know they will. Terminator 2, greatest movie of all time. No discussion. I mean, going to be a thick Blu-ray. He's a British beast. He is. But kind of in a way like, yeah. I'm actually reading The Talisman right now. Stephen King and Peter Straub. I think that's how you say it. Like strawberry. Straub. And there is a character in there that beast. And apparently it's being made into a movie or a Netflix series by the Duffer Brothers, The Talisman. Anybody heard about this? I didn't know about this until I was looking something up and I was like, hey, I'm really enjoying the story and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So, The Talisman, supposedly coming soon. Not a breast. You can't kill people when the whole world's at stake. Nonsense. I don't even know. I give both Avatar movies a B. Well, there you go. I give the first Avatar. Okay, I usually do like stars. To me, the first Avatar is a 3 3/4 stars out of 4. Almost perfect. This one, Avatar 2, is like a 3.5 star. Maybe a 3 3/4 repeating, or 3 1/3 repeating. 3.33333333333333333. It's good, but it's not quite as good as the first one, in my opinion. The first one had a lot of things that I really dug. This one still has it's a continuation of that story, which I like. It just didn't reach the same heights to me. But there you go. This is just Zaki with a different username. Oh, gotcha. Zucky. Right. There you go, Carbonite. Yes. Not Zaki as in like Taki. Zucky. Gotcha. And see, I forgot again. Because you hadn't been here in a while. And I completely forgot. Uh, Ghost Story by Peter Straub is a good novel. I've never read that one. Hmm. I can remember when The Abyss was released. A lot younger, but it blew me away with the visual effects at that time. That's one of the things about Cameron that if someone says he's too focused on the technology, I say I get what you're saying. And if you're not digging the story and you're not digging the world building that he's doing, it can obviously, not obviously, it can lead you down that path of thinking, oh, he's just really, really focused on the technology and less focused on the storytelling. But I enjoy the storytelling. As simple as those two stories can be, you can boil down almost every story to, oh, well, that's just this movie and this movie. Whatever. To me, it's all about how you tell the story. It's not the story you tell. It's how you tell it. There you go. The Abyss. I mean, you dug Avatar. Where'd you bury it? Caleb. You're reading The Talisman. I've been wanting you to read that for some years now. I hope you enjoy it. Like his work with Peter Straub. I really enjoy it. It's really, really good. I meant that the Terminator wasn't allowed to kill anyone when the whole human race was at stake. I thought that rule was silly. I don't know. I guess. What movie do you consider to be a 4-star movie? For me, a 4-star movie is probably something like Shawshank Redemption, where through the entire runtime, there's not anything that sticks out and makes me think, I really wish that was a little better. I love that movie. Like it's way up there. Um, Alien, 4 stars, no question. To me, there's nothing that I would change about that movie. And when the director himself made changes, I go, I get it and I'll watch it, but I still prefer the original cut. Um, man, I don't, it's tough. It's tough. Even some of my favorite movies, like I really like Inception, but there's problems with Inception. There's problems not with the pacing really, but with the character building. I feel like I when someone says that Inception leaves them feeling cold to the characters, not caring that much, I totally get that. The only character that has any sort of focus in that movie is Leo's character, right? But I still love that movie, and I still even Blade Runner. Blade Runner has some issues, you know. I love Blade Runner. I'm about to review Blade Runner, but yeah. So yeah, especially when he killed 100 people in the first one. Wow, a little different, a little different goal. You know, one is to murder someone. One goal is to murder someone. Another goal is to protect someone. Big difference. Oh, there you go. There you go. Star Fox said it. Yeah. I took my optimistically cynical. Welcome. I don't know if I've seen you in here before. I took my kid to the park, and when we got home, we found his goldfish dead, which is a tough situation for any parent. How do you explain autoerotic? Oh, optimistically cynical. That was a good one. You got me. I got it. I got you. I don't. How do you explain autoerotic asphyxiation to a 4-year-old? It's good. You got me. In the first one, he was, oh, yeah, yeah. We already said that. Yeah. Silent Voice is my 4 out of 4. Same with Alien and the original Predator. See, I think Predator, I don't know, Predator's pretty awesome. I've never some of these movies, I just haven't, haven't exactly, decided to review or, ever thought of what an actual number would be. Um, I don't know what I would give the first Predator, but it's good. It's really, really good. Didn't want murder, so it doesn't matter. Police Story with Jackie Chan is a perfect action movie. I need to watch it again. I don't remember which one that is. 1979 Dawn of the Dead. Can watch it from beginning to end. Perfect Blue is a 4 out of 4 star. I just watched it, Caleb, and we're going to talk about it here in just a minute. Let me get caught up. Leon is here. Welcome, Leon. British Beast Leon. I watched Dawn of the Dead. I watched Dawn of the Dead so much the VHS tape broke and got stuck in the VCR. Same with Fist of the North Star. Okay. Perfect Blue is great. So is Paprika. Police Story is the one with all the glass in the mail. Yeah, it's been too long. No, Leon, we were talking about how I don't remember how it got to that. But it was basically we were talking about something, and I said that Leon is a different kind of beast, and someone said a British beast, and I said okay, and then it just grew from there. It's nothing bad. Basically, we appreciate you, Leon, is what we're trying to say. I think. Career Opportunities 4 stars, or at least 3D. Yeah. Career Opportunities has some interesting scenes, I'll say. You know what? Let me talk about Perfect Blue for a second. Holy crap, you guys were not kidding. That maybe it probably, since I've mentioned, it seems like April has this knack for coming into the room whenever there's like a nudity part, whether it's a sexy thing or, oh, we're going to go into the strip club. That's when my wife will walk in. Yeah. Black Swan ripped it off. I actually want to talk about that. It's interesting. But yeah, you guys were kidding. That movie is rough. Leon missed the blue cats talk. I'm sure he's okay with that. Rob, you stopped reading what he sent. Could you repeat it, please? I did. I did finish it. I can't. Well, I don't even know where it is now. I did finish it. It was just. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know where he is. Oh, I took my kid to the park, and when we got home, we found his goldfish dead, which is a tough situation for any parent. How do you explain autoerotic asphyxiation to a 4-year-old? That's the whole thing. I found it. Movie studio behind Black Swan had to pay money for taking some of its ideas. So here's the thing. So I watched the movie. I liked the movie a lot. I wouldn't say, to me, it's not a 4 out of 4. It's not a movie that it's a movie that I can appreciate for its importance, appreciate for because I watched all the behind the scenes stuff, or not behind the scenes, all the interviews and stuff with the director, Satoshi Kon. Anyway, who apparently passed away in 2010. He went on. This was his first movie, and he went on to direct many other award-winning. I think Tokyo Godfathers was up for Best Animated Feature. I think. So I mean, he's an accomplished animated film director. Perfect Blue was created to be what did they call them? An OVA, which basically means direct to video. Here you go. And it had to be 80 minutes. This is 81 minutes. One of the things that he said was that he went, like, it wasn't meant to be seen on a big screen. So when you see the scenes, I'll just say there's some nude things that happen in this movie. When he saw them on a big screen, he goes, I went too far. And I thought that was interesting because I was sitting here watching it here because my wife was in there watching something. I'm watching the movie here on this monitor or on here, whichever one. And I'm sitting there going, that seems like a little too far. It seems like it's it's crossing the line a little bit from something that is a character moment, you know, important for the character, to this is almost what do you call it? Not pornographic. It's not pornographic, but it's like this is a long scene. Almost exploitative. There you go. Exploitative. Exactly. Yeah. And he agreed. He agreed with that, and I was like, okay, good. You know, because but it was also created for a certain purpose. And in that I kind of I can understand. But holy crap, that movie. I really enjoyed it. Like I really really enjoyed it. And one of those where I'm going, okay, what the hell's going on? Which is a good thing. It's definitely excessive. Yes. But I mean, like, it's kind of like Game of Thrones is like that sometimes, you know, where you're like, okay, these two characters are having sex. That's part of the character. It's part of their character motivations, part of their, you know, growth as a character, whatever. But then when the scene goes on and on and on and on and on, it becomes a different thing. You're trying to titillate, no pun intended. You're trying to, the scene is changed, not just from a character moment to then it's excessive. I would say Watchmen has their sex scene in the their little car ship thing in the sky. To me, that scene is kind of like, has he ever seen a naked woman before? Because he really is just focusing on all this. And it's excessive. It's unneeded. Just move on. Let's go. Get the storytelling moving again. You know, you take 5 minutes to show the sex scene. I don't think it's that important to their character. It's important that they got it on, because then you understand some of their motivations after that. But why do we need to sit here and watch this for 5 minutes? It just doesn't make sense. So anyway, there you go. That's a thing. But yeah, I really, really liked it. But he also said, sorry, I got sidetracked because I started talking about nudity and Perfect Blue. He said that Darren Aronofsky was such a fan that there are two scenes, or two, I guess, shots in Requiem for a Dream, which was his next movie after Perfect Blue came out, that are like direct ripoffs of Perfect Blue, and the framing and everything. And then, as you say, Magnus, Black Swan also ripped off some stuff. So Perfect Blue is not just an important movie for, I mean, it's cinema, I guess, you know, but it's one of those that it continues to inspire, especially Darren Aronofsky, apparently. So what's weird is I've seen Requiem for a Dream and I've seen Black Swan, but I saw this after. So there was nothing in those movies, and I'm not watching those again. Sorry. Those aren't movies that I can watch again. Requiem and Black Swan? No. But I get it, though. There's some really interesting, the way that he frames stuff is really, really cool. And it kind of makes me want to watch all of his movies because they're really good. So yeah. Okay. Let me get caught up. The movie studio behind Black Swan had to pay money. Yes. Sorry, my phone is acting up. Can't read all the messages. Yes. Got it. Never saw Black Swan. Lesbian ballet dancers or some crap, isn't it? I mean, kind of. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to that movie. It's a Darren Aronofsky movie, which means it's going to be out there. If you get a chance and are interested in any more anime movies, I'm telling you, man, Silent Voice, it's beautiful. Silent Voice. Kayla. I'll look it up. Okay? Because even Rufus has given me a couple things to read, and I think read. So yeah. Can't read the messages that I sent with my voiceover. Oh, John to Leon. Same old, really. Been playing some video games, getting ready to punch some happy shoppers to get some vegetables for Christmas. I did that earlier. Wasn't fun. Kroger was busy, man. Was busy. Oh, and there's Rufus right there. Welcome, Rufus. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. It's portraying all the sick fantasies of the mass fan base. I liked it because it took balls. I mean, no doubt. But it was also a bigger... It wasn't just about, a stalker and, an actress. It was bigger than that. Very psychological and stuff like that. I love all the double meanings. If you have this, watch the interview with him, with the director. I think they call it, I can't remember what they call it. Almost like lectures, where he's basically he's showing some of the stuff on screen and then describing his thought process. And some of it is awesome. Awesome. Like, okay, I didn't catch that. Very cool. I like that. So yeah, I like that kind of stuff. And yeah, Magnus, Taylor Swift fans, I know it. Don't watch Go-Go 13 yet, then? Yeah. Crap, I'm getting a lot of breakup in my video. You guys have fun. Rob, I'm going to try and call you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good night, Leon, and everyone else. John, you're probably already gone, because that was a while ago, but good to see you, sir. And yes, I hate sex scenes in any movie mostly because it ain't me. Yeah, to me, I don't know, man. I guess maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm losing my sex drive, but for me, sex scenes do very little for a character's motivation. And when sex scenes become nothing but let's show some nudity, you've lost me, because now it's different. It becomes a different thing. You can have plenty of like sex scenes or whatever in a movie and not have them be something that becomes distracting. When it becomes distracting, and you've lost me. It's just like a CG scene that goes on too long or whatever, It's a balancing act. To me, storytelling is a balancing act. And I can understand that some people see something like Avatar, Magnus, talking to you. You might not be here anymore. But you know what I mean? You might see something like Avatar and say, that's just, James Cameron, jerking it on screen or whatever. I can see why somebody would say that. That works for me though, because to me it's setting, which is why some of those slower type movies, they work for me. I can recommend some great hentai too. Hey, we're not talking about hentai. Okay? I mean, if I need to create a group on Discord to talk about that, yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, we're not talking about that one. Yeah. And Rufus, yes. Plethora of good watches, reads, and plays. Yes. That sounds awesome to me. I mean, I would say keep them coming, but my list is getting ridiculous. It's getting dumb. Did you see this, Rufus? The big Fruit Loop? That's literally just a big Fruit Loop? I really want one, but they're all sold out. They're all sold out. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's hilarious. Moi et noir. Hello, my ASMR streamer. ASMR. Do ASMR. ASMR is weird to me. I mean, I guess I can understand it, but I don't think I can't pan. I don't have any panning software. Anyway, sorry. In all seriousness, glad you liked the movie, man. Satoshi Kon films. Kon? I don't know how to say his name. They're amazing. All right. My ex wanted me to watch Bible Black with her, and that's when she became my ex. Oh, boy. Vampire Vixen. Oh, boy. Here we go. Perfect Blue is one of the few movies I need to watch someday. This is legitimately on a lot of best of lists. It's the reason why I wanted to get it. And the other night, when I was looking through stuff, I saw it on Guillermo del Toro's favorite movies. And I went, damn it, I own it. Let's just watch it. And April was like, I'm gonna sit in here, and she's doing some coloring. She wanted to watch her own thing. I said, I'm gonna just go in here and watch this movie. So yeah. I don't think porn should be banned, but I believe it's disruptive if it becomes habitual. Beautiful art can be portrayed in sex. I mean, I agree. I agree. But again, when the act itself becomes the point of it, is where you start to lose me, because then you become porn. Tell a story. I'm here to tell us. I'm here to be told a story, not to get off. I'm just saying. The only movies that require nudity are Thunder Gun, The Man Hangs Dong. I only own like 5 hentai Blu-rays and 3 DVDs or so, 6 manga and 20 doujin. I don't even know what that means. Avatar 3 is going to have to be more engaging and fast-paced now that the world building is set up, or it will flop hard. Well, but that's the thing. Some people, to me, it felt like, wow, I'm back. I'm back in Pandora. And he showed me just enough to kind of ease me back into the world, and then showed me a whole new world. I mean, I can understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you, I don't want a single frame of that movie cut out. But that's me. I'll let you watch The Waking Life and read Blade Runner before I throw more at you. Yeah, and yeah, holy crap, I want a giant Fruit Loop too. Yeah, Waking Life, I almost watched the other night, and then we got busy. We went somewhere. Did some things. What about Basic Instinct, where the plot revolves a killer murdering men in her bed? Yeah, I don't like it. Not a good movie to me. I can understand that. I can understand what Verhoeven was kind of doing there, but come on. Nobody watched that movie for the story. It's just, I don't get it. It's just not my thing. Fan comics, usually hentai, all seriousness, I don't actually watch. I prefer 3D women. All right, Cam, we're getting a little personal here. We're getting kind of personal. But Sharon Stone at her prime. I mean, I get it. I understand why the movie's popular and why it was popular, but it's just not my thing. That's not my kind of movie that I would want to watch. Magnus, that is a pretty big spoiler for a movie that just came out less than a week ago. Just saying. So, can I? No. There you go. Thank you, Caleb. I was going to go ahead and delete that. Yeah, that's a pretty big spoiler, man. I mean, just chill out. Everyone saw Avatar 2 by now, right? No. You weren't here at the beginning when I was saying that there's a lot of people that said that they hadn't seen it because they are waiting for a 3D showing. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I will say this. What you guys read, which I'm not going to repeat, for those of you who are watching it on replay, you don't have to worry about it. You won't have to worry about it. But, again, to me, it's a lot like what I was saying earlier about a story, where it's not what happens, but how it happens. Yeah. So let's show off some of my, some of the stuff that I got in. Huh? Now, this next thing that I'm about to show you from Plaid Room Records, I just assumed everyone in this community would have seen it on opening night. I mean, I get the thought process, but no, not everybody has seen it yet. And there's probably people in here that do want to go see it, legitimately want to go see it. They just haven't yet because maybe the 3D showings are sold out, or maybe they're waiting to go to a 3D screening somewhere when it's so, it's not so busy maybe. Just saying. Just watch it. But yeah, Plaid Room Records. This is something that I had pre-ordered, or I had ordered. I shouldn't say pre-ordered because it's an old thing. But I had it ordered from 9inchnails.com for over a year and a half. Finally, what happened was I saw it in stock at this other store at Plaid Room Records. Emailed 9inchnails.com, said, hey, can you go ahead and cancel my order? It's in stock. Excuse me. It's in stock over here. I want to buy it. And they said, yeah, sure. So it finally came in. The Fragile. Oop, there we go. There we go. This is like 3 different discs or different LPs made in Germany. But yes, this is one of the ones that has been this has been on my list for a long, long time. Now, I have never opened a single Nine Inch Nails record that I have. But since this was this one was the only one that is currently like being printed that I don't have, I really wanted it. I finally got it. I'm very happy. Did I watch Pinocchio on Netflix? I did not. It is something I would like to see, and I like Guillermo del Toro's stuff. I don't know. Not much of a theater person. Usually wait and watch at home, but like I said, I don't mind spoilers. Yeah, the person next to me during Avatar was talking to the screen. I almost wanted to turn to her and say, "You realize that this isn't live, right? They can't hear you. So shut up." I seriously need to just go in and sit down, and right before, they turn the lights down for the trailers, I need to get up and say, "Excuse me, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rob, and I love movies. If you talk during the movie, I will punch your head." I probably shouldn't say that, but it's like I don't understand why people talk. Do you understand that I can hear you? I hear everything. I hear the popcorn. That's annoying too. I'm gonna search for the right popcorn kernel in this bag. Shut up. Please. I want to punch everyone in the face. You got something to say? Save it. Save it till the end of the movie. Oh, I'm probably not going to remember by then. Then it probably wasn't important enough. So shut up. You're ruining the experience. I wish I could buy out every single freaking movie I go to. But it's just, it just annoys me. It annoys me. And you might say, well, does it annoy you when people laugh in the movie? No, I'm laughing with them. That's part of the experience. But when they're talking, what were they talking about? Oh, don't do that. Oh, I can't believe they did that. Really? You just couldn't believe that happened. You couldn't imagine that something bad would happen in a movie. That the characters would have to overcome something by the end of oh my God. Shut up. Shut up. I remember when I watched, was it the first Jack Reacher? I think. Yeah, Jack Reacher, Tom Cruise, right? There was directly behind me and sitting a little bit over to the right, okay? This lady was acting like it was real. She was going, oh, oh, oh my God, oh. I'm like, you go home. Stop it. Shut up. Yeah. Oh my God, the ship is sinking. Yeah, I can't stand that stuff. Just, yeah. Yes, and going back. Since we were talking about spoilers and then I went off on a tangent. It's best to wait at least a couple of months before discussing spoilers, I think. Maybe longer, honestly. I say until it's for me, I try not to spoil anything for years. My Blade Runner review that I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by saying, hey, if you haven't seen this movie, I'm going to talk about some stuff that's in the movie. Just saying. You probably should just hold off on the spoilers, especially not in a chat like this. Know what I mean? You have all your Slayer, Megadeth, and Sepultura vinyls. Cool. Hitler used to spoil movies, just saying. Some people clapped at the end. Did they expect James Cameron to come out and bow? Now, see that, I don't know. I'm torn on that. I get what you're saying, because that's really the same kind of thing. Even laughing can be portrayed that way, or can be seen that way. To me, that is just, hey, I appreciated that. And a lot of people, they just do that. I don't know. I'm not a big clapper at the end of a movie because, like you said, no, he's not going to come out and take a bow. But at the same time, I get it. That's why I like Alamo Drafthouse. They kick people out for talking. I wish people would. Yeah. There should be an option for Dolby headset connections. No. See, I agree. I get the point of it. I get you. But I'm here for the sound system. And I paid for the big screen experience. I went to the XD theater. Why are you? No. I don't want headphones. No. Also, put your phone off silent and turn down the brightness on your phone. I say, yeah, all of that. But hey, I can't go to theaters because I can't just sit there and watch something. I mean, I get that. I understand. My wife's kind of like that too. But to me, the theater's like, it's a place of, it's important to me. I love it. I've always loved going to the theater. When I'm telling you, every time the lights dim a little bit, I get that. I don't get the same, oh yeah, kind of feeling, but I love that feeling and I love that experience. So, yeah. What was the worst movie experience that you could remember that stood out? So I'm usually on your phone or something. Yeah, Ricky, we're not going to movies together. Just saying. Dad is hard of hearing, and the theater he went to gave him headphones to hear the movie with. Yeah, see, that's different. That's different. But just headphones in general. Okay, worst movie experience. Honestly, I can't remember a really bad one. I can't remember what movie it was, but I did have people kicking me the whole time. And I kept looking back and they kept kicking me. And I don't know if it was children or what, but it was really annoying. I don't remember the movie though. No, she wasn't masturbating. She was literally reacting to people getting hit. They're perfectly fine with blue alien cat people fighting against people who want an element, can't think of a decent namium. That's an actual scientific term, unobtainium. But hey, you don't like the movie, Leon. We get it. It's exactly what I was talking about before. Somebody brings up Avatar. Leon's got to tell you how much he doesn't like it. The Reacher Amazon series is really good. I enjoyed it. I'm actually looking forward to the next one. Or to the next season. Guy in Django Unchained kept on yawning loudly throughout the entire movie. Yeah, and I don't like it when people talk. I just don't like it when people talk or talk to the movie. See, what's bad is that there's been times when someone has said something in a movie and it was just a perfect encapsulation of what everyone was feeling in the movie, and then everybody laughs. But then it sometimes that gives that person the idea that, oh, I should do that more often, because it's a pretty big jolt, a pretty big jolt of adrenaline when someone laughs like that, especially if you're meaning to say something like that. But no, I can't imagine horror movies with the crowd. No. And I usually talk spoilers until it's about 10 years plus. Yeah, see, Blade Runner's 40 years old, and to me, it's somebody wants to see it. Yeah. And Oscar Perez, what's up? God, I'm so far behind. Jeez. I love Django Unchained. Just saying. Saw it later throw up in Saw 2. Another woman screamed in Rambo during the snake scene. There were people that threw up in Blair Witch Project when I saw it pre-release. It was a special pre-screening, before it was released in theaters. And yeah, somebody threw up in there, and it was awesome. Again, it just, to me, some things just add to the atmosphere. It was gross, sure. Smelling half-digested Mexican food was not awesome, but it actually added to the atmosphere. Like, man, people threw up in this damn movie, I don't know. Hate it when you get commentary in the theater. Happened every time I watched a Star Wars movie. And even when I went with my sister-in-law, it was just me, her, and my bro, and she talked the whole time. Yeah. Yeah, I love Django. I think Django's great. I think Django's a great movie. I hated how Universal spoiled Terminator Genesis by revealing a major plot twist during the trailer. It's the only way they could get people in there. Again, see, here's the thing that we all have to remember. We all have to remember this, and this is very, very important. You ready? It's very important. The studios don't care whether you like the movie or not. They don't care if it's good. All they care about is, did it make money or not? And that's important. When you start to realize that, you start to understand some of the decisions being made. She asked so many questions during Rogue One, I'm pretty sure she missed the movie. Yes, I hate that. And here's one for you. My my mother-in-law, love her to death, okay? But she wants to know the end before she watches it. I don't know. I get the best sleep at the movies. Yeah, see, I'm not a sleeper either. And yeah, look, Genesis isn't great. But you know what? Because people had beaten that movie down so far, by the time I got around to seeing it, I actually liked it. I was like, this isn't so bad. If I went in with big expectations, yeah, I probably would have been. Yeah. I'll just leave it if it's a bad movie experience. I walked out of No Country for Old Men because the audio in the theater sucked. Yeah, that's honestly never happened. The only time that's happened is when I was too young to have made that decision. But yes, I would totally leave in a situation like that and get my money back. Like right now, chatting on here, playing games on my Steam Deck and messing with my phone. Yeah, see, you're a super. You must have like the ADHD, whatever the hell that all that stuff is called, where you're just like, oh, you're. They got to have like constant stimulation, not simulation. The movie was bad, but putting it in the trailer was stupidity in all its glory. Yeah. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone shall know my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. You were kicking my chair, Ricky. Damn it. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The projector kept breaking down and they couldn't play it. Yeah, I do remember a situation. I think it was V for Vendetta. There was something wrong and I can't remember what it was. But we came out and we got tickets or we got like a voucher kind of thing. Home Alone, all of a sudden the power went out and people were screaming and freaking out. I should have known better to not see it when that happened. Oh. My favorite movie of all time, if you're talking about me. Break's over later, guys. Excellent work as always, Rob. Oscar, you're probably already gone because I'm way behind. But thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you for popping in. Fahrenheit 9/11, someone yelled dummy at George Bush during the end and the whole theater laughed. I mean, yeah, that stuff, again, that's a different kind of movie though. What's that guy's name? Anyway, a documentary is a little different, but I mean, there's still sort of a narrative going on, but it's not exactly the same. But anyway, but my favorite movie of all time, that is really tough because my favorite movies go in and out, like I think, okay, here's another 5-star, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Definitely a 5-star for me, or a 4-star, whatever. Perfect score. I think um Jaws probably is a 4 star. I can't think of anything to change in that movie. I think that movie's perfect. Shawshank for sure. God, I mean, that's tough. I don't really have a favorite movie. I have a favorite set of movies. You know what I mean? And I mean, if you were going to say, it's hard for me to not say that Fellowship of the Ring is a perfect movie, for me at least, because I love that movie. I think that movie's the best of the three. But I don't know. I'd have to really think about what's my absolute favorite, you know? Be tough. Blair Witch with all the jumping around and stuff. I can get it. Bad Spirits. Yeah, motion sickness, exactly. So, what's to know the end of the movie before watching? What's to know? Oh, wants to know the end of the movie before watching. That's a new one for me. Yeah, like if they see the trailer and they go, "But does everything work out?" Yeah, almost everything works out in every movie. I don't know. That's how my brother is. He looks up the spoilers before he sees a movie, makes a discussion afterwards kind of suck. Yeah, I don't understand that. If I'm kind of bored, I just want to know the end already, and the ending is all right, then I'll watch it. See, I just don't get that. Like if I see a trailer or I hear a premise that sounds interesting, I want to see the story play out the way that the director wanted me to see it. Leveling up in Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core reunion whilst chatting. It's multitasking. That's different though. This isn't something with a narrative, you know? You don't have to watch this show. You know, you could totally have this show on in the background. I get that. Totally get it. But you know, when you're watching a movie, to me that's the thing. But anyway, and that's probably why I can't watch a movie while I do something else. Like if I'm editing or doing something else, I can't have a movie going. I'll just watch the movie. It's just the way it works. Remember the hecklers at E3 a couple years ago? You're wonderful. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The whole show. Not sure. I got to be in the right mood to watch a movie no matter how good it is. It needs to fit the mood I'm in. See, I'm a movie guy. I seriously, if I wasn't going to get hassled for it, I'd watch 4 movies a day, minimum. I'd go to the theater, watch 2 in a row, bam, bam, bam. If, like I said, money was no object. Yeah, yeah. I could watch movies all day. And Billy, what's going on? We haven't even talked about that yet. We haven't gotten to it. So I finished watching Star Wars and started over from the beginning, and for some reason I love the prequels now, and the sequels were just fine. I love them for being a continuation. Yeah. I really like 1 through 6 very well. 7, 8, and 9 irritate me. But I'm glad you liked it. I really am. After watching Paranormal Activity, I could not sleep. Those last 30 moments were replaying in my head. Yeah. I just ran to the store. Don't feel like I missed something vital. Sorry, Rufus. Henry Cavill seems like a really cool dude to work with. Totally not a diva or anything. But yes, Billy, we haven't even talked about that yet. I go to the movies once or twice a year now, if that. I would love to go to the movies seriously every week. If I had the, unlimited supply of money and actually good movies to watch every week. Joker was the last movie I saw in the theater since Avatar 2. All right. So, the other thing that I received this week that was a pre-order and apparently is sold out and selling for 3 times the price on eBay now. So I guess, oops, I opened it. It is Blade Runner, the final cut, the Film Vault edition from Zavi. Limited edition of 3,000. New key art. Acetate O-ring removes for type-free display of your key art. Oh, yes, this. Exclusive individually numbered crystal display plaque, rigid clamshell box with magnetic closure, 8 collectible art cards with film facts, reproduction spinner, vehicle design blueprint, feature film on both 4K UHD and Blu-ray, and special features. So anyway, this is the acetate whatever. This is the box. Very cool. And yes, it has that magnetic opening thing here. You've got this from Roy Batty here. You've got, which is a spoiler. I don't know. I'm sure the people that would spend 60 plus for a movie collection knows the ending. In here is some other stuff. The unicorn is important in the movie. But let's see here. I'll be honest with you. After I got this, I went, I mean, it's cool, but it's almost like, why? Why did I buy this? I bought this because, I love Blade Runner. But I'm never gonna, like, once I showed this stuff off, I mean, it's very cool. Very, very cool. These are just, some, they're almost like lobby cards, but they're like behind the scenes stuff, which are very cool. And they're very slick. But then on the back, it's got other stuff. Got the movie poster. There's the spinner. Sid Mead drawing. Sid Mead there. Sid Mead. I mean, all Sid Mead, right? Sid Mead's designs were amazing. Ridley storyboard. There's Sid Mead drawing. And there you go. So there's that. Then you get the blueprint of the spinner. It's very cool. I mean, yay. But here's the thing. Probably won't, once I show this off, I can't see myself opening that up again. It doesn't have utility for me. Okay. So then in here, there's the plaque. And no, I didn't get number 1. It's the first of the film vault. I'm going to have to do this. There you go. Maybe, can you? There you go. So 554 is what I got. Okay. Pretty cool. But then you get this little slipcase. You bought it because you like it. Stop beating yourself up. I'm just saying, here's the thing. Like, it's one of those things where I almost feel like, since it's like sold out now and you can't get it, and now you have to pay like 3 times for it, I almost feel bad for buying it. Because I really just wanted the movie in 4K. But yeah, a little slipcase. Yeah. Slipcase comes off, and you've got that. And then when you open it up, it's got the eye, and then you've got the Blu-ray and the DVD. This is, of course, from England, so this is a Region B Blu-ray. So I can't play the Blu-ray, which is here, but 4K doesn't have region codes, so, I can watch that. And then it's got the intro here. Very cool. It's cool. I'm not saying it's not cool. I almost, it's kind of like the same reason why I'm like, I'm not buying Lego sets anymore to just stick in my closet. Yeah, I can make money on it, but that feels wrong. It's like, this is, okay, I can even get this thing back in there. Toys are meant to be played with. Games are meant to be played with. Movies are meant to be watched. Discs are meant to be played. Not just sitting in some, I don't know. But it's very cool. Like I said, it's very, very cool. That picture of Harrison Ford just looks cool. And look, I watched the movie again, and I know, is Leon saying matte paint? No, there's none of the matte paintings in there. That's in, I don't know. I don't know if I have a thing like that. But see, to me, like this, I think what irritates me the most is that with this, it's, I mean, this is obviously bigger. Here's the Blu-ray for Blade Runner, right? The original Blu-ray that I have. Here's this next to it. So this doesn't fit on a shelf very well. And yeah, the film vault is something that Zavi has come up with, and they did like Scarface and some other movies. This one is the only one that really appealed to me, and it just happened to be the first one in that series. But that irritates me that it's that big. I didn't know it was that big. And it's one of those things where I think about the future and I go, so when I have my shelf set up, that one's either going to stick way up or it's going to have to be on its own special shelf. I make everything this size. To me, I mean, it's just like, I thought it was going to be like this side with a cool slipcover. I wasn't paying much attention, I guess. I guess I'm just a terrible collector. I don't know. But this is to me is, the movie is fantastic. I love the movie. I know there's people that don't like. I know Leon's not the biggest fan of this movie. I watched it again last night in 4K for the first time on a disc. Loved it. But here's the problem. It only has the disc, the 3 commentaries, and an introduction by Ridley Scott saying, "Hey, this is the version the version of the film that I like the best. We did some things and cleaned some things up, and I hope you enjoy it." And then that's it. All the cool special features that I fell in love with are not on this. And it made me realize I've never done it for my Ridley Scott review-a-thon. I haven't done Blade Runner yet. I should get my Blu-ray out and compare. This comes with 5 discs. If you're a movie dork, you gotta, and you love Blade Runner, you've got to get this. So that's what my next video will be. I'm going to be working on that in the next couple of days. So hope you enjoy it. It's going to be fun. Let's see. Glass Onion is at the theater at the moment, and it is good. I thought Glass Onion I thought they pulled it out of the theater. Just bootleg movies anymore. Tend to buy shows over movies. Aside from the Game Chaser movie, that had to be bought. Unboxing video. 2049 is a great movie. Yes. And that's the problem, Rufus. It doesn't have every version. If I don't see a movie in the theater, then I pirate it. Yeah. No, I didn't get the first. Billy, I wish. That art is way ahead of its time. There was a special briefcase HD DVD version of Blade Runner. Yes, and that is, that's what this, there was a Blu-ray one, an HD DVD one, and a DVD one. At the time, I wasn't the biggest fan of Blade Runner, but I thought, I want this. I saw the news on this and said, oh, it has every freaking version possible. All the 5 different cuts. I'm like, that's the one I want. And I will talk in depth about Blade Runner in my review. Just saying. Yeah, beautiful matte paintings. Just, that movie has so much good stuff in it. And I get it. I understand why people love it, and I understand why people hate it. And Phil, I don't know if you were here earlier, but hey, there you go. Rip Crazy Greek, raise a drink or two. Yes, Phil, exactly. That Crazy Greek, no soundtrack. No. See, that's the problem, is that I love the addition of it, and I like it. It's cool. But it's to me, it's lacking in things. Like, where are the rest of the special features? Where are the other versions of the movie? Even if they were on Blu-ray or DVD, where's the soundtrack? This is like I feel like it's kind of a half-assed special edition. But anyway. I'm trying to do better about FOMO. I'm a bad impulse buyer. See, that's exactly what happened. I think Billy sent that to me and said, "Hey, did you see this?" And I was like, "Ooh!" And I bought it. Like, I immediately bought it or immediately pre-ordered it because I love Blade Runner so much. It's just one of my favorites. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I kind of feel like they missed some opportunities there. I only keep porn games on the Switch sealed. Does the PS4 Pro play different region DVD since it's region free? Is it? I don't know the answer to that question. Does anybody know that one? Is the PS4 Pro... What? That can't be real, is it? By the way, if anybody didn't see, Big Fruit Loop. I just think it's hilarious, man. I want it, and I'm bummed that it's sold out. But anyway. PS4 Pro region free. In short, PS4 is region free for games with region restrictions for DLCs, but it is region locked for movie DVDs and Blu-ray discs. There you go. There you go. So it's region free for games. Use it as a doorstopper or paperweight. I mean, not. No. But I just, like I said, it annoys me because it's cool to open. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like special edition game stuff, like the big collector's editions. Unless there's something in there that is going to be displayed, like a statue or, some sort of prop or something like that. To me, the collector's editions are, to me, kind of a waste of money because I have multiple ones. I have the StarCraft one. I have one of the Diablo ones. And I seriously looked through the book, put it back in the thing, and it's been sitting down there ever since. And it's just like, I want something out of it, something that's, I want stuff that's, I'm going to get something out of it. You know what I mean? I don't know. You like that set? Never seen that in the UK? Yeah, they put up the pre-order a couple of months ago, and I just got it Sunday, which was really weird. FedEx delivered it on Sunday. Does it have narration? No, that is the original version of the movie, the original theatrical release. This is the final cut, which doesn't have any narration. I don't like the movie as I find it incredibly slow paced. It looks fantastic though. I prefer the pace of 2049. I love 2049 too, but I love them both. If you love it, you got to have it. Got collector's editions of my favorite animes on Blu-rays like Steins Gate Zero. Yeah. I dislike anything with narration because it doesn't let the viewer come to their own conclusions. This hurt both Avatar films as well. I don't agree. Avatar, some of that I can understand, I guess, but for Blade Runner, it was basically the studio's way of trying to, they did test screenings. People said it was hard to follow, so they tried to mitigate that by adding narration without Ridley Scott's knowledge. Harrison Ford was very upset about it, didn't want to do it, and that's why it sounded so bad. Avatar, that's part of James Cameron's view of that story. I'm fine with it. But yeah. Yoshi? Holy crap, Yoshi. I didn't even know Yoshi was here. Welcome, Yoshi. I never use the stuff that comes with special editions. I don't know why I'm just like, I got to keep it complete in box. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like that was like, I kept thinking, I don't have Blu-ray in 4K. Blu-ray. I don't have Blade Runner in 4K on disc. I have the digital version, which is annoying. The digital version that I got for $4.99 on iTunes, by the way, it only has the final cut, but pretty much all the other special features are there. including the Dangerous Days documentary, which is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen, if you're a fan of Blade Runner and you haven't seen the Dangerous Days documentary that Charles de Lauzirika did, it's holy crap good. Like, it's so freaking good. So, so good. Yeah. Let's see. Missing features. The missing features are probably down to licensing if I had to guess. But even it's one of those things where I kind of feel like the studio's doing it on purpose, because even the 4K disc that's come out recently is exactly the same. You know, the recent Blade Runner release, it's got the movie, the final cut only, the introduction from Ridley Scott, 3 commentaries, and that's it. And a trailer, I think. Not all the different versions, not Dangerous Days, which again, I think Dangerous Days is freaking... It's part of the reason why I love the movie so much. So, let's see. Finally got my Ultra Collector's Edition of Clockwork Aquario from Strictly Limited Games. The statue quality is shite. Yeah. Giant Fruit Loop. No wonder some of my American friends are fat. Just kidding. I mean, probably not kidding. But, or, it's probably true, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not from Japan, so no, not me. Avatar 2 anti-whaling movie, LOL, looks unreal though. Look, I understand when people say they don't like Avatar or Dune or Blade Runner, any of those movies that are a little bit slow, or, you know, maybe doesn't have the exact same storytelling that some of the other movies have, but man, I love it. Last 4K movie I got was 10 Commandments. I don't remember what the last 4K I got prior to that, the Blade Runner. I don't know. But yeah, I love those movies. Blade Runner is one of those where I wish I could get like all of the props and stuff that have been released. I want those. I want freaking Harrison Ford's the whatever gun that is. I want it. That gun is awesome looking. Anything from Blade Runner. I mean, I'm one of those where I don't want the actual prop, because in owning it, it would make me feel fearful, because I don't want to be the steward of history. I just want to have something that's cool that I can put on my shelf. You know what I mean? So a replica of the blaster, you know what I mean? That's how I am. You know? I don't want the actual Luke's lightsaber. I don't want, you know what I mean? But yeah. Last 4K I bought was Monster Hunter. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yeah, life would be boring if everybody... Avatar, Dune, Blade Runner. Well, it was just I started to make a connection between those 3 movies because they all have a specific kind of storytelling where the story takes a back seat to setting the world. And some people don't have the patience for that. They want to move the story forward constantly. That's why a lot of people, Star Wars is definitely, as far as sci-fi goes, is more a, what do you call it? More widely reaching, because all of the setting, he doesn't stop to show off things. He doesn't stop to set the world, really. He's just going on with the story, and you got to keep up. So, I mean, I get it. I understand it. But the last 40 minutes of Avatar 2 was epic. That's all I can say. I want to go back. I want to go back. I was going to say I can't wait to go back, but that's absolutely not true. I can wait, but I do want to go back and see it before, at least one more time before. The game Snatcher is heavily influenced by Blade Runner. It's good. It's good. I don't know anything about Snatcher, but that sounds awesome. You want the actual prop, Yoshi? I get it. It's just not me. I don't like being I wouldn't want to be the steward of history. You know, I want to just have something that I can enjoy. I don't have to, and if something happens and it gets busted up, I lost some money. I didn't lose the actual thing. I don't want that responsibility. The pistol in Fallout looks just like the pistol in Blade Runner. Specifically bad? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Avatar in China is even bigger than Star Wars. Oh, yeah. And there he goes. I am the history. You are the history, Yoshi. You are. Those bay turtles are amazing. I don't know about that. Now, really quick, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I wanted to ask, has anybody been watching 1923? Because this just started on Sunday. I didn't even realize it was already out. I watched it today, and holy crap, this show's good. If you liked Yellowstone, if you like the 1883, this is freaking good. Harrison Ford, Helen Mirren, it's awesome. Really good. Never heard of it, looks boring. Thank you for your input, Magnus. Of course you're going to think it's boring. It doesn't have any explosions in it. Just kidding, Magnus. Just chill. Everybody chill. Would everybody just calm down, okay? Calm down. Anyway, that's not what I meant to do. There you go. Yes, 1923 is great. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's only the first episode, but it's gonna be kind of cool. I just wanted to see if anybody else was watching it like me. I enjoy it. Now, finally saw Klaus, absolute masterpiece. I watched season 1 of Yellowstone, then never went back. Really, I got addicted to that show, like seriously addicted. Also, everyone should watch season 2 of a certain show. You mean a show of someone that's like really easy to kill? Or someone that may be invincible? I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward. That poster makes it seem like a romance film. I mean, I get that. But man, the show's good. And it's got a lot of different stories to tell, which I really like too. I'm just all over all the Yellowstone and all that. I got bored with last season, quit watching the series, but people love it. Yeah, I haven't watched any of this last series, the last season. I haven't watched any of it yet, but I really liked it. I like Brokeback Mountain. That was kind of like a Western. I mean, it is. I actually like that movie too. I just binge watched Yellowstone seasons 1 through 4. Love that show. I know. And it's really irritating that is on Peacock. And then I think the only way that you can watch it is if you don't have the Paramount channel, like on TV, is to just buy it. I don't understand. Is it not even streaming? Did I see I Love You, Philip Morris yet? No, but it is on my list. I have it on my list. I literally have it on my list and was looking for it when I was at Half Price Books. But no, I am going to watch that. I have it on the list. Imagine how much the budget was to get Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. I know, right? You finished watching From yet? No, I completely forgot about that show. I completely forgot about it. Part of the reason was that From, April watched the first episode and she goes, okay, we should buy that and watch it. But I've been waiting for her. Now that she's off this week, maybe we'll try to watch it this week. I forgot about that. And Billy says, I watched the first half of the first episode of Yellowstone and was out. I'd rather watch a Neil Breen movie. I don't even know who Neil Breen is. Neil? American filmmaker. Okay. Okay. Those look terrible. Wow. Well, not everybody's into, Yellowstone. That's fine. Did I remember to give Jay and Billy their cards? No, they're still sitting here. I haven't actually seen Billy or Jay since then. Since I got back. We've been busy though. I've been busy. I know Jay has been all over the country. But yeah, I still have them right here. Safe. They are safe. But yeah, soon. Ow. But no, From, yes, I want to watch From. Season 5 is not streaming anywhere. You have to buy it, which is stupid. I don't understand why they have to make it so damn complicated. Like all the Paramount Plus, on Paramount Plus, you can watch 1883 and 1923, which are the prequels to Yellowstone, but you can't watch Yellowstone on it. It doesn't make sense. Epic for the wrong reasons. Yeah. Just been watching Pokemon the last few days. Wish they would have done more of The Tick on Amazon. I never watched that. Just got rid of Paramount Plus, didn't use it enough. I have Netflix and Hulu Disney bundle. Yeah. The bundle is actually pretty good. The first episode kind of sucked, but then it gets awesome. I love man. Oh, okay. I think I know a little bit about that. That's funny. The CG Kung Fu Fighters. That's funny. I don't know. Jay thinks he is Rip. Man, Rip is an awesome character. Okay. He asked if he could send me some reference from the internet, and he literally mailed me a package of images printed from an inkjet on his printer. From Hell by Alan Moore is a good graphic novel. I don't own From Hell, but I have read it. I think that was one of the ones that I read. And pretty much anything Alan Moore is good. When he wanted to set up a meeting, he drove from Vegas to my house in LA and left after a 1 hour meeting. You worked on The Tick. I guess I didn't realize that. Oh yeah, I did. It's in your demo reel. I forgot about that. I have the urge to watch Paparazzi with Cole Hauser. Cole Hauser is pretty awesome. I'm glad that he's got something that's really, really popular. I've always liked him. He's always got something. Yeah, it's on your reel. But yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm not a big fan of Peacock. Only use it for WWE. I've watched some movies on there, and that's about it. How do you not remember everything from that thing you saw once? I've actually watched that more than once. I've shown it to people. Shown it to people that were interested, Not just, hey, random people in a store. Look at Yoshi's reel. They're like, who? Neil Breen does these weird vanity projects where he stars, directs, writes films. His characters are basically like gods. Yeah, I don't need to watch that. Tick was good. I only did 2 seasons. Oh man, dude, Andor's good, man. Andor's a good show. That's a good show. I kind of want to see how intrusive the ads are on Disney Plus now. Oh, you have the ad one. I think I've got the ad free one. I think I upgraded to the ad free one because my 3-year. I can't believe it's been 3 years since Disney Plus has been around, but yeah, yeah, it's been 3 years because I signed up for the 3-year plan and it just ran out in November. So The Mandalorian has been out for 3 years, which is crazy to think about. And there you go, Ricky. Ricky's just freaking multitasking like crazy. It's too bad on Hulu, so it's probably not. It isn't too bad on Hulu. It probably isn't too bad on Disney. Yeah. Is the dongo awake? I don't know. What's next? Okay, really quick. This is only gonna take, but this is because of this guy. This is because of Bucho. Bucho wanted me to just talk briefly about Lindsay Lohan. Now, she's in this movie. It's kind of her comeback movie, right? I'll just say this. Not my kind of movie. Okay? Just not. Okay? But the thing was, back in the day, in my 20s, which is kind of crazy to say now, I had a thing for Lindsay Lohan. I did. Yeah. And I don't I'm pretty sure that it was probably, she was probably young, like young, but it was a thing. And the thing was, what I liked about her, because I can't. She's, I can't. The thing about her was that she was funny. She had a real, to me, she was like a knockout. Like she was one of those, like, okay, she's going to be amazing, right? She's going to have an amazing career, all this stuff. But she was also, her comedic timing was freaking awesome. Okay. Just awesome. And welcome, Blastwaz 91. Welcome. I mean, it was different back then. It was. I'm not making excuses. But it's not like I stalked her or anything. It was just that, I was like, hey, I like Lindsay Lohan. Or Lohan. I always called her Lohan. Because I didn't realize. Oh, Yoshi. Have a good one, man. I guess you popped out. Since you're since I started talking about Lindsay Lohan. But the thing was, yeah, back in those days, 2005, 17 years ago. Yeah. I mean, it was a thing. But she was so funny. She was so funny. Like all of her Saturday Night Live stuff, she was great. Oh, Yoshi's still here? Oh. I thought you were like, okay, yeah, I'm out. You're talking about Lindsay Lohan. But yeah, I had a crush on her. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. And I was eager to see what she would do in the future. And yeah, it didn't really go too well for her, did it? Yeah, pre all the things, whatever she was doing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Would I have given my left? No. No. She was at her prime in Mean Girls. Yeah. Mean Girls, even the Herbie movie, she's just a good looking girl, But yeah, that was the thing. Lindsay Lohan. And no, I will not be watching whatever that movie was. I watched about 30 seconds of the trailer and went, nope. James Cameron says he filmed Avatar sequels at the same time to avoid what he called the Stranger Things effect, to avoid growth spurts in children. I mean, why not, right? And if you already know that you already have a plan and the studio greenlights it, yeah, absolutely makes sense to film them back to back to back to back. However many movies you're going to make them back to back to back to back. Because you never know. Somebody might decide that they don't want to do it anymore for no amount of money. All kinds of things could happen. We're lucky that Mark Hamill got some surgery to kind of look similar, but he looked completely different in The Empire Strikes Back, right? Because of his motorcycle wreck. Those are one of those things that you just have to kind of do, and it makes sense to me. Anyway, still hot to you, Ricky? She's not bad, but I don't like it. The lip stuff, can't stand it. Can't stand it. I like the 300 spoof of her. I don't even know what that is. She did drugs, alcohol, and thought she was bigger than she was. Career done. Last I heard, she moved to Dubai. I heard she was really, really hard, like difficult to work with too. And that's one of those things. I'll get Rob a copy of Mean Girls in 4K. What would happen if you got Avatar 3, 4, 5, and 4K in the mail? It was a magic package from the future. I'll be honest with you. I'll watch it. I probably would. It would ruin the 3D experience for me. But hell yeah, dude. Okay. I watched Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, about a week and a half before it came out in theaters. And it was like a VHS. It was terrible. It was a terrible quality. But I watched the entire movie and spoiled the entire movie. And when I'm sitting there watching the movie in the theater, I'm going, I completely destroyed the experience of seeing this movie. And I vowed that I would never ever do that again. Never ever. And it kind of soured me on the whole experience of pirating anything, because it was like, why would I want to watch something that's this bad? It's terrible. But I mean, that's just me. Uh but yeah, I'm never doing that again. Never doing it again. But seriously, if I got Avatar 3, 4, and 5 in the mail from the future, I'd probably have to watch it. I like Stranger Things, but find that Millie Bobby Brown irritating in real life. Good luck to the kid. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. We'll see, I guess. I thought she was going to be another one of those where she's going to be a star. But she really hasn't been able to kind of get away from the Netflix stuff. Which, I mean, look, I'm no shade being thrown here. If I can guarantee you she would do very well if she did nothing but Netflix stuff the rest of her career. She's probably doing very well. Not saying it is, but it's I don't know. I thought she was going to be a huge, huge star. What would you do if you watched it and then they rewrote it? I don't know what that would happen, but you're talking about Avatar 3, 4, and 5. That would be really interesting. I would watch it, I guess. I would call James Cameron up and go, "Why'd you change it, dude? I already saw this." He's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "It's from the future, dude. Don't you know what I'm talking about? Come on." Would I pirate treasure? I mean, when in Rome, sure. They're pirates in Rome, right? I still haven't seen the second Enola Holmes movie. I like the first one. Ever watched Titty Cut Follies? I don't even know what that is. Are you making that up? Now look. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. But I wanted to bring this up because it's really gaining some steam. And redheads rule, there I said it. Some redheads are just, and I'm just talking about, look, here's the thing. Some of them are just crazy. Some people are just crazy. But there seems to be a very high, look, I shouldn't say that. But I do want to bring this up in order to be fair, because it is gaining some steam, apparently. This idea, or this news. Apparently, Kathleen Kennedy has signed a severance deal with Lucasfilm, according to a new rumor. Now, I don't know if you guys ever watch like the John Campea show, but apparently he has a source that he has said has been very very right, very correct in the past. But a 1967 American direct cinema and documentary film produced, written, and directed by Frederick Wiseman and filmed by John Marshall. Don't know. Apparently his source has been correct on many different things, and they think that this is actually real. Kathleen Kennedy, the Dark Lady of the Sith. See, that's, to me, I have always been on her side. And the reason that I've been on her side is because she has made a lot of amazing movies, produced a lot of movies from my childhood. Okay. So the thing is, if you look at what she's done at Lucasfilm, some say, "Oh, she's ruined everything." Really? Because 4 out of the 5 movies she made have made over $1 billion. And she is the one that put Favreau and Filoni together for The Mandalorian. Sure. There have been some ones that some series that, at least in my opinion, haven't been exactly what I wanted. There have been some movies that haven't been exactly what I wanted. But the truth is, she has been profitable. And I've said this many, many times. It's something that I've just really come to realize. The studios don't care if it's good. The studio cares if it makes money. And from their perspective, Kathy Kennedy has been, she's been an amazing producer. She's been an amazing person at the head of Lucasfilm. So anyway, this is something that like I said, I've heard this rumor a few times. Different people have reported it. I did want to just touch on it and say that yes, this is, I mean, from what I can tell, yeah, this looks to be happening soon. What they're saying is that she is going to work the rest of her tenure, however long she stays, but they're looking to announce it after the release of Indiana Jones 5. Now, this is one of those situations where how could this get out? I don't know. This is one of those situations where I don't understand why you would want this information to be out there. I don't know. Probably looking to retire. I mean, maybe, or she just wants to produce. She's like, I want to produce a movie other than a Lucasfilm property. You know, she produced Benjamin Button for David Fincher. She produced, I mean, of course, a lot of Steven Spielberg movies, including E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, I understand that people look at her and they just want to blame it on somebody, that something didn't work. But the fact is, there are a lot of people involved in making a movie. There just are. And I think if you don't like, I don't like it when this character did this, you're looking at the writer. It's the writer, right? Sometimes, yeah, the writer and the director are the same person in the case of Last Jedi. But I mean, Rian Johnson didn't touch The Force Awakens. There's a lot of people at fault with that whole situation. And of course, the fact that they didn't come up with what do you call it? What do you call it? They didn't make a plan and stick to it. And they seem to be reacting a lot. But that's okay. The fact is, I don't see why they wouldn't, because we did talk about this before, this whole situation. And that why don't they do something sort of like what they've done with the DC studios? With James Gunn and Peter Safran. You've got a creative person and a business person. So somebody who can speak to the directors and somebody that can speak to the studio. Instead of one person doing both of those things, you have two different people. You know what I'm saying? It makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know if they'll ever do that. Yeah, but sorry, Rob, those Star Wars films are awful and a misfire before Dave and John got together. Doesn't matter. They were profitable. From Lucasfilm's point of view, or from Disney's point of view, that's all that matters. And so people were calling for her to get fired. She didn't write the movies. She was basically the head of the studio that said, hey, this is the direction we're going with these creatives. And part of her job, at least my understanding, was that she was basically an Uber producer. She was the one that was having meetings with the big dogs over at Disney. This is what Lucasfilm is doing right now. She's basically kind of like the major force at the top, saying these are the people, these are the stories we're working on, and these are the people put in place. And having those meetings with the people at Disney. I don't think you can blame it on her. You can't. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. Some things were awesome, some things weren't. But overall, her track record is pretty good. So I just, from my perspective, I just hope that whoever they get to replace her maybe have something like what they were talking about, with DC. Have a creative and a business minded person. Because a lot of times those things don't mix. I have had my toe in a little bit of both. But my problem is I'm also ADHD. So I'm a little all over the place, which is troublesome. But it's very rare. Kevin Feige is one of those rare people that can be the head of the studio, but he's actually super creative as well. But he's also been more of the producer side. So yes, he's a fan of Marvel, and he's been a big fan of comic books in general. But he's also very, very good at being like the uber producer over the whole situation. Kathleen Kennedy has never, from my understanding, isn't like a huge Star Wars fan. She's just a really big time, awesome producer. And that's why she was hired by George Lucas. There's nobody better, according to Steven Spielberg. No better producer in the world than Kathleen Kennedy. So it's one of those situations where you're like, I understand why she was picked, but next time let's try to find somebody more like Kevin Feige. You know what I mean? That's just what I'm saying. Anyway, so let's get past that, because look, we've got a couple of things here that might get a little hairy, if you know what I mean. But the next thing is, I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. I didn't realize that an actual film adaptation for the first Death Stranding is in the works. I don't know about you guys. I didn't play Death Stranding because it didn't seem to appeal to me. But then I watched Jacksepticeye play it. I liked the story. I don't know if I would have liked the gameplay, but there you go. It's 03:30. I'm going to bed. I just realized that I just kind of skimped over what Phil was saying. Yeah, but Rob, when I own my company and ran, the buck stops with me, and the same goes with Kathleen Kennedy. James Gunn is having fun on the internet at the moment. Poor dude spends his time repelling toxic nerds. We'll talk about that. But the thing is, though, Leon, have a good night, by the way. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. And thank you again for the news about Greek. I appreciate that. we would have talked anyway, but have a good one. Look, I'm interested in what Kojima has to. He's one of those people that's so damn creative. I'll watch anything he does. Typical Kojima, 5 minutes of game and 49-minute cutscene. I know. Yes. Rip that crazy Greek. But I just thought it was interesting. I knew they were doing a Death Stranding 2. I had no idea that they were doing the rest of that. So, I don't know. What are y'all laughing at? Did I say something? What did I do? Or y'all laughing at the fact that, yeah, this is definitely something right here. Oh, the Kojima comment by Phil. Oh, I gotcha. Yes, for sure. I enjoyed watching it, though. But yeah, this whole situation. And now I know Wraith. Yeah, here we go. Wraith and I had a lengthy conversation about this. And Kojima doesn't make good stuff outside of Metal Gear. Yeah, but man, he's an interesting guy, though, right? I think he is. By the way, if anybody is ready to head out, have a happy holiday. I should have said that earlier, but I didn't, because I wasn't thinking about it, because it's only the 20th, but we won't have another one until after Christmas. So I hope you guys have a good one. Anyway, I'm excited to see Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40K series. Yeah, look, here's the deal. For this whole situation, I think one of the biggest things that you have to look at Because a lot of people look at, oh, Henry Cavill's really popular. Yeah, he's a really popular guy. And especially, he became really, really popular when he was building PCs, you know, on the internet with his guns out and all that kind of stuff. Look, it's all true. I love Henry Cavill. As an actor, I think he's amazing. I loved him as Superman. But, I mean, here's the thing. The DC movies have never hit their potential. There's a lot of people that love them. And I know there's people that love him. Yeah, he's a fellow nerd. Yeah. But the thing is, DC has never hit the potential. Here's a really interesting stat. Okay? And this is one of those things that just kind of makes you go, okay. So if you're a businessman, business-minded, you're looking at all of these movies that DC have made, right? And you look over at Marvel, and only one of your movies has hit $1 billion. And Marvel has had how many? Then you see this decline over the years, right? This huge decline. All these DC movies have come out and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And then the latest one, Black Adam, has got the biggest movie star in the world. And Avatar 2 made more money than the entire run of Black Adam in 2 days. Something's broke. And that's why I think Black Adam was the final nail in the coffin. I just do. And I feel terrible for Henry Cavill. I feel terrible for anybody that isn't able to work in DC anymore. Or whatever. But the thing is, you can't blame, to me at least, I blame the people that wasted Henry Cavill over all this time. I blame the people that didn't see that Man of Steel was a really, really good movie that a lot of people enjoyed. Some people didn't like it, but a lot of people liked it. And they really liked Henry Cavill. They weren't paying attention the fact that Henry Cavill had all of these people pulling for him. And yet, no Man of Steel 2? You know what I'm saying? That's the way that I look at it. I blame the people before. I don't think that James Gunn, because think about this. When Zack Snyder came in to do Man of Steel, Brandon Routh got kicked in the balls, basically. No, get out of here. You're not Superman. Now you might say, well, yeah, he wasn't as good as Henry Cavill. Well, regardless, you had a creative come in, given the reins, and he went his own direction. And I think unfortunately, that's what James Gunn is doing here. James Gunn and Peter Safran are saying, look, we have a 10-year plan because we love the DC universe. We think these characters deserve better. And that whatever you believe about the different actors involved, the movies have not been successful. So we're going to take these characters, these beloved characters, and we're going to create something that's new and different and fresh. And it's going to be like a new take on all this. Okay. I had a question for you, Mr. Gunn. I have a question, and I think it's a good question. You said that you had a meeting with David Zaslav to outline this crazy plan. Oh, that's correct. Yes. Really, Mr. Gunn? Why then did you outline the entire process on the internet? You knew there would be blowback. Why would you release all this information now? Because now all you've done is created this dissension. Dissension? Is that even a word? Did I make up words today? It's only a few days before Christmas. Rob's making up words over here. But yeah, what the hell? What the hell? Why would you release this plan before it was done? Right? And there you go. That's, man, Phil. Exactly. So let me stop for a second. I don't understand why Phil isn't responsible for this, but I don't understand why James Gunn would be responding to people at all. I mean, I get it. You're a man of the people. You have been for a long time, but why would you get involved in all this mess knowing that there's going to be people that are going, but wait a minute, isn't there like, I don't know, at least 3 movies still coming out? Shazam, Flash, and Aquaman 2? Aren't those coming out next year? Why would I want to go watch those if I know that they're going nowhere? I don't know. I don't understand the thinking there. But anyway, they're the same people who sat on Henry Cavill for years straight for the Man of Steel storyline. They had their own agenda, hence Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman 84 failed. Well, in a lot of ways, what happened to Disney? Jeez, man. It's getting late, I guess. I need more water. I'm getting dehydrated. Those same people who sat on Henry Cavill for years strayed from the Man of Steel storyline. They had their own agenda, hence Birds of Prey, The Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman 84 failed. Here's what I say to that. World War, I don't know what I was thinking. I think about that, and I think that it's the exact same problem as you had Disney Lucasfilm with the Star Wars universe. You had a lot of big ideas, but nobody working together. So you have all of these conflicting ideas going on. You didn't have somebody that was strong enough like Kevin Feige to sit there and go, whoa, hey, let's let this stuff work together. And in my opinion, it's way too dark. Those movies are just way too dark. Superman doesn't need to be that dark. But that's just the thing. Purely based on business, something drastic had to be done with DC. Henry is expensive. The Rock is expensive. And the films are not sustainable long-term on present course, which is why I 100% agree. You don't have to pay someone like Ben Affleck to be Batman. You don't have to pay, they paid what, $10 million to Gal Gadot, however you say her name. Gal Gadot. I don't know. They had to pay her off because they released Wonder Woman 84 in theaters and on HBO Max at the same day, right? Patty Jenkins got the same deal. If you start over, you don't have to pay those people. That could be a lot of it. Or, in my opinion, I honestly think that James Gunn has a roadmap. And the fact is, as good as Henry Cavill is, he comes with baggage. People equate Henry Cavill's Superman to what happened in the Zack Snyder movies. The movies that a lot of people didn't like. So yeah, I just don't understand it. What's the other movie? Did I miss one? 4 movies? Aquaman, Flash, Shazam. What's the other one? I actually liked Batman vs Superman except for Lex Luthor. That was horrible casting. I didn't really care for him either. Why is Cavill a diva? See, I don't understand. Where's the diva stuff coming from? Either case, expect less expensive actors. James is just trying to chat to the fans, but he had to respond yesterday as they went after his wife. See, and that's the problem, guys. Guys, like it's you guys. But you know what I mean? That's a problem. People can't separate, which is why a lot of the Zack Snyder stuff just made me pissed off. I'm like, I hope it fails. Because these people don't deserve the fact that they got the thing, they got DC or they got Warner Brothers to give Zack Snyder money to finish his version of the Justice League. That's insanely cool. But it wasn't enough for them. And they acted like entitled, spoiled children. I'm sorry, but man, screw anybody who goes after a director's wife. Anonymous source says Henry Cavill is a diva on set. Then don't believe it, you know? Unfortunately, we live in a world where anonymous sources can rule the narrative of something, right? Which is why Patty Jenkins really quick came out and said, "Okay, everybody, hey, let me just set the record straight here. I didn't walk from the set. I didn't walk off of Wonder Woman 3. I was told very nicely by James Gunn and Peter Safran that right now Wonder Woman 3 is not going to be in the plan. It's not in the works." So, I know the source. Who? What? But yeah, she had to set the record straight on that kind of stuff, which absolutely makes sense. Nobody in Hollywood wants to have a reputation of walking off when they don't get their way, let alone a female director. Because as we know, sometimes, look, I'm not trying to be, I don't know, what do the kids call it now? Simp? I'm just trying to say, women have notoriously not had it the best in Hollywood. Okay? And you don't want to have a reputation of somebody who's hard to work with or is going to walk off set when something doesn't go their way. The fact is, James Gunn and Peter Safran very nicely, they said everything. Even James Gunn even said every conversation we've had with you has been nothing but a pleasant professional experience. Because here's the deal. You just don't want that. You don't want that in Hollywood. I've heard, Flash, even with Ezra Miller in it, is the best of the DC films coming out. I've heard that too. I've heard that the Flash movie is supposed to be freaking awesome. So, Carbonite Dreams source is trust me, bro. For years, people to release the Snyder Cut, and despite all odds, it happened. It's what people wanted. No one asked for a reboot, just more complex storytelling with these same actors. Right, but the thing is, though, they must, and I'm talking about Warner Brothers. They look at, okay, then we're going to release this movie. We're going to release this movie, and tank. Nothing worked. Oh, Blue Beetle. I keep forgetting about Blue Beetle. Thank you. If you tasked me with sorting DC, I would rip everything up and start again. I would keep Shazam, as that's nice and contained. Rob spot on with Henry. Superman is the linchpin in DC. Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, I don't have a very big attachment to any of these, although I do like Henry Cavill and I do like Ben Affleck. I thought Ben Affleck, his version of Batman was really, really cool. I didn't like when everybody just started getting murdered. Like, okay, well, that guy's dead. Wonder Woman killing people. And I'm like, I don't know if is that the way things go? I don't know. But I liked a lot of it. There was a lot of it where I was just kind of like, but nothing ever hit me. Nothing ever hit me like the Marvel movies did. And I kind of feel like a lot of people were like, why is this so dark? Why is everybody so upset? And then, I don't know. They also made fun of Zach's daughter taking her own life. So there are toxic fans on both sides. There are toxic fans, period. Just period. But you know what I'm saying, though? When I heard all the crap that people were getting, that they went after the director of Godzilla vs. Kong because it came out the same week or something. Like he had anything to do with that. And then Zack Snyder was like, hey, I don't control those people. All you had to do was come out and say, dude, guys, lay off of him. He's cool. He's cool, dude. Had nothing to do with it. His first movie. I didn't even like Godzilla vs. Kong. I thought it was trash. There's a lot of people that love that movie. I thought it was absolute trash. The fights were cool, but everything else was dumb. But the fact is, how much money could it have made if those people didn't? I don't know. I hate that kind of attitude. This entitlement. I hate that crap. I'm not entitled to shit. George Lucas didn't owe me a damn thing. Kathy Kennedy doesn't. Filoni doesn't. Favreau doesn't. Mark Hamill doesn't. Harrison Ford doesn't. None of them owe me a damn thing. It's my choice to watch the thing that they make. It's a product. And if you don't want to watch the product, don't pay for the product. That's why a lot of piracy happens. But I think piracy is wrong because it's not just about the product. It's about the people that made the product. There are people that depend on getting these jobs so they can feed their families. But they get completely forgotten. And that's what irritates me about piracy. Now, I get it. I'm not trying to sit here and be everybody's, dad or something. But there is more to piracy than just, I want to watch this movie and I don't want to pay for it. Well, then don't watch it. Don't pirate it. It's a system of you're passing the buck. And it's just wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. There's a lot of rationalization going on, and I don't like that. I wouldn't have watched it anyway. Then don't watch it. You move on with your life. And if you just want to be a part of somebody's conversation, guess what? Do what I do when anybody brings up sports. Sorry, I don't watch sports ball. It's easy. It's really easy. Stand on your own 2 feet and say, hey, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about having that conversation. I'll go do something else. And if they keep talking about it, well, shit, I can go jerk off in the bathroom. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. I guess it's just because I feel really personal. I get really for no reason. When I hear that people just, I'm just going to pirate it. Come on, man. I don't know. Just, it's wrong to me. So anyway. Honestly, wouldn't have watched the new Flash. Ezra was too chaotic for me to support. I'm glad she's done with Wonder Woman because now she can go back to the Amazing Fast movies, which I prefer in. Never mind, don't want to get anybody in trouble. I guess James Gunn wants a clean slate, bring in his own choices. Yeah, I mean, that's the way I look at it. And I didn't mean to get all bent out of shape there. I don't know. Pirating. And see, like for me, I want to see the new Flash movie because I hear it's good. And sure, I'll go pay for it. I'll go watch it. Because guess what? I have the $8 or whatever it's going to take for a matinee screening of the Flash. $10, however much it is. I have that money that I can at least I can go in there and say, I paid for my ticket. I watched it. And now I can talk about it. I don't know. Excuse me. Wait, trans people trying to boycott Hogwarts Legacy game? Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp into the microphone. I should have muted. Sorry, Bucho. Bucho hates that, by the way. Bucho hates it. I mean, that's got to be because of J.K. Rowling, right? Anything with J.K. Rowling is now off limits now. Well, I mean, she did kind of go after a lot of trans things, but we're not going to talk about that here because you know what? The fact is, God, it's just, man, I might have some thoughts on some things that are very, very unpopular. I would never tweet them out for the world to hear. I just don't get it. James and Peter have got this. I really do believe they will make DC profitable again, or you better hope, as DC financially is not in good shape after Black Adam. Too many duds. Yeah. The one thing that is true is that since Gunn's announcement, WB stocks have plummeted. They have now lost over $5 billion since last week's announcement. But they knew it was coming. See, that's the thing. Zaslav himself put Gunn and Safran in their place, right? In where they were going to be. So you better believe he knew what was going to happen. I don't get the whole you're either with me or against me thing fan bases do. Like, not everyone has to agree on decisions companies or individuals make, and people can disagree and be friends. I agree with you. Because look, here's the thing. I wanted to that's what Order 42 is all about, by the way. It's kind of like, it's supposed to be a place where we can just hang out and talk about things. And wow, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I just like things. And I want to talk about things that are fun. If people want this reboot to be successful, Warner Brothers needs to hit no less than a grand slam, and people need to flock to the theaters and see and buy all the merch. Anything less will be disastrous. I mean, they really need it bad. They need a hit badly. And I'm talking about Warner Brothers in general, because I feel like Warner Brothers for a while has been kind of flailing. So the Batman was a pretty good hit for him, but yeah. Yeah, it's have you seen this? You know what? We didn't have a have you seen this today. Cuz it's prior to Christmas. But I did want to remind everyone before we go tonight of probably the most important song in the history of Christmas.
You better watch out, 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 you better watch out. He's making a list, he's checking it twice, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out, he's gonna find out.
Yes. That's true. Remember, he's going to find out. It's actually one of those things where I can tell you, if I was a kid, when I was a kid, if I had seen that, it probably would have creeped me the hell out. It probably would have creeped me. I mean, it would have creeped me out so bad. Zaslav is probably the most powerful CEO in Hollywood as far as decision making goes. Yeah. Don't read her book. Sounds stupid thing to be upset about. Doesn't she write about wizards and goblins? So they upset because Goblin is not gay or trans. No, it's bigger than that. I mean, if you guys are really interested in it, she said some things that kind of made me go, really? You're going to just, you're okay. Okay. Wow. That's a weird place to make a stance. It just doesn't make sense to me why she would say that. It's kind of like, and don't worry, Carbonite, I will sing a little bit of it. It's kind of embarrassing actually, but yeah. To be honest, they even got mad at her for having a trans character. She was a villain. I think it's silly personally. I don't complain when fat characters are evil, but oh well. I don't even know who you're talking about. Billy played that a few weeks ago. Oh yeah, well I've been playing it for years. Yeah. I watch Violent Night, so maybe not creepy. That wasn't great, but it wasn't any Christmas Robotica. You know, I can't play that. I can't play Christmas Robotica. It's not my song. Of course, neither is that, but for some reason that one's okay. But Christmas Robotica is Billy's. I mean, you guys have all heard that. Did you ever talk about what Jennifer Lawrence said about female lead action movies? Yeah, and I feel like it was taken out of context. No, I don't think we actually talked about it. But the reason that she was saying it, what she said was true from a certain point of view. But a lot of people took what she said way out of context. Yeah, she's saying at the time when Hunger Games was being made, no one wanted to make any female-led movies, action movies. It wasn't something that was, especially something like that where it was going to appeal to like teens. Didn't want that. Didn't want it. And in a way, she's right. But people kind of blew it up like, oh yeah, they never heard of Alien? If they've never heard of Terminator? I mean, yeah, all that stuff is true. If she did say that, she's an idiot. She's an absolute idiot. But that's not what she said. And I feel like people just like to take things out of context and make people look worse than they are. Which is one of those things where I just feel like it's, you know what I'm saying? But she said during the Hunger Games. Well, I'm saying during the making of the Hunger Games. There were a lot of people that were like, this isn't going to work. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's anything. It's one of those things where the reason that it blew up for about 12 hours and people were like, come on. And then I guess people finally watched the actual interview where she said it and she's like, oh, she's okay. So just like everything else, like so many different, like the people that thought that Christopher Nolan actually blew up a nuclear weapon for the making of Oppenheimer. No, read what it says. It says he didn't use CGI for the depiction of a nuclear explosion. That's all it said. Didn't mean that he actually went and blew something up. So a lot of these news places just, they go nuts with that stuff. I don't know. Oh God, don't play Billy songs, please. I beg you, I'll pay you. Yeah. She might not be, like Rob said, maybe blown out of proportion. I mean, look, it's one of those things where I'm kind of like, man, as long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't care. In a way, she was right. I don't really remember many female-led movies during that time, but I didn't pay attention. True. And then again, like I said, I think it was literally somebody watched it and got all bent out of shape. And then a lot of people were like, no, that's not what she said at all. And enough people did that to where all the memes and all that stuff died within like 12 hours. So there's going to be a lot of that. And there's also a lot of, hey, did you hear somebody such and such is going to be in this movie? Oh my God, James Gunn said this. Okay, yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. I don't know about how many of you guys know about what actually happened with James Gunn with his tweets from like 15 years ago. It was one of those things where he told some very, very off-color jokes. Like I have in the past. But I know that from my perspective, I completely am a different person now. Like I am completely, I mean, if you ask Bucho or Octavius, those two guys, or Cosma on here, both of those guys have been around since my original podcast back 2005, 2006, 2007, right? They will tell you that I'm a very, very different person now. But the fact is, we never got called out for any of that stuff because nobody cared about it back then. But I guarantee you, I would have been on the news. There was some stuff that, man, we said some crazy crap. But it was also, I'm trying to make this guy laugh. And that's really all it was. We weren't saying anything like serious or anything like that. But we totally would have been canceled. You know what I mean? Like completely canceled. But I can't imagine saying stuff like that now. I can't even. And it's why when I would play my the best of clips, I haven't played any of the best of clips over here. But anyway, I said some things that I'm embarrassed that I said. And I'm sorry for those things I said. But to hold me accountable now for that would be a little weird. And for me, James Gunn made some off-color jokes 15 years ago. And those people keep bringing them up and saying, oh, this is the guy running the studio. I can't believe anybody would hire him for that. No, he apologized, and the world basically forgave him. Disney forgave him. Disney fired him, and then he went to work for Warner Brothers, and then Disney said, no, let's go back. Wasn't he 40 years old at the time? I have no idea. But the thing is for me, it's like, I just know that there have been so many changes in my life in that period of time, in 15 years. I can't imagine how many changes he's been through as a person. And he probably looks at them and goes, shit, that sucks. You know? I can't believe I said that. I don't know. An Indian superhero movie appeared on Disney Plus. Yeah, it's called Bahamastra or something. It's like the first of 3. I've looked into it. It's very interesting. Yeah, very interesting that that's on there. I kind of want to watch it. But anyway, I'm just saying. I'm not mad about jokes that James Gunn made and disavowed 15 years ago. Just don't care. With you guys working there, Blockbuster would have had a ton of lawsuits. Oh, for sure. For sure. But I'm talking about stuff after that, you know? I'm talking about 2005, way after that. I don't get all these political terms. I just like video games and movies. Wasn't he? Yeah, I don't know how old he was, though. Very pro free speech, though, so I don't care what people say. You can say what you want. There are consequences, like people may hate you, but people can say whatever. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. But anyway, okay. So again, this is another one of these. I used to make up songs and stuff. We used to do songs and stuff on the old podcast. And one year, for whatever reason, I got this thing in my head. Christmas time. And I started making up a song. And it was basically, and I would sing it like this. Christmas time. And it would annoy the hell out of my wife. But one of the I would just every now and then, I don't even know how the rest of the song goes, but I did remember one verse. And I actually thought about it today, and I'm like, oh yeah, how did that go? And it was the whole idea is you take Christmas, right? A beautiful time of year, a time of fellowship, time of being with family and friends, you know, and all that stuff. And then of course there's the religious side of it, right? Christians believe that, their Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas, celebrate with gifts and all that stuff, right? So I was thinking, okay, you wrap all that stuff up, and then you take the absolute worst, like what would offend, again, I was younger, okay? But it was like, what would offend the most people this time of year? And I just tried to come up with some really raunchy stuff, okay? So it was Christmas time, mother effing Christmas time. And then, so Christmas time, motherfucking Christmas time. Hey, I'm explaining it though. I don't care. I mean, the rest of the stuff is on the internet too. The Order 420 show, I mean, maybe. But that's what it was. Christmas time, motherfucking Christmas time. I would sing that in stores with my wife, and she'd be like hitting me as I'm singing it because it would get stuck in her head too. So it's like, okay, so you take all the beautiful things about Christmas, but then you twist it, you warp it, and it's like, one of the things is you're buying stuff. You sound like Cartman when you do that. I know. But it was like, let's all go and buy some crap, then we'll go and get the clap, cause cause it was let's all go and buy some crap, then we'll go and get the clap, cause we're having sex on Christmas time, or having sex with whores on Christmas time. That's what it was. See, it's like, it's one of those where it's hard to get all the lines out. So yeah, sorry. But it was, yeah. So it's like buying stuff, sex, drugs. There was a drug line somewhere, and I can't remember the drug one. But that's all I really remember. is that one. I tried remembering the other ones. I can't remember. But I came up with like 3 or 4 different verses, and they were all like, they got worse and worse and worse. And again, yeah. Canty Jr., your favorite actress. Sex is as far from my life as freedom in Saudi Arabia. Wow. Sorry. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I would make up. And there's another one that I don't even know if and where it exists, but it was basically, the I will come back to that. But I also apologize if that offended anybody. I just, it's something I came up with and you guys asked, so I told you. But like, hey, this 2 CD set of all these hits from yesteryear, blah 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 blah. I did that, and I did like a fake commercial, and I sent it to the 2 guys that were doing the podcast. We didn't air this, or we didn't do this on a show because it was very bad. And it was like I was trying to come up with the worst things that I could say. Like if we played this, it would offend every race, every nationality, like every human. But I was trying to do it in a way, I was playing a character, saying the names of these songs. And it was really, to me, it was really funny. But it was also very, very offensive. I don't know. Look, that was the thing, man. It was literally 3 guys trying to make each other laugh. And a lot of times, sometimes it would just be very, very simple stuff, which again, those are the clips that I've played in the past. But sometimes it was, okay, here's the line where most people live behind this line. We were jumping over that line and playing over here in the sand and eating mud pies. You know what I'm saying? That's what we were doing. And it's what made our show pretty popular back then, because nobody was doing that. Nobody was really doing that and taking those steps. I would honestly like to hear how many podcasts took some of their ideas from us, because we were big. We were pretty big back then. Didn't make any money though. $0. This was before podcasting was actually, profitable. No sponsors, nothing like that. But anyway, yeah. We played over that line a lot. And again, not knowing how big we were and not knowing how many people actually listened, it still shocks me to this day that we had 10,000 listeners per show back then. And this is 2005, 2006, 2007. This is before podcasting was big. It's crazy to think about that. So anyway, favorite actress, probably all time. Trying to think of the most. There's a lot of people right now that I really like to watch. As far as like, I think they're really good. I think Margot Robbie is an excellent actor, period. I think she's good in comedies. She's good in drama. She's good in action. She's good in everything I've seen her in. Not sure if I'm crazy about some of the choices that she's made lately, but hey, I also really like Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's really good too. Of course, Meryl Streep is an old favorite. Pretty much everything she's in is great. I really liked Elizabeth Shue for a long time. I don't know if it was because I thought I had a crush on her, but I really liked Elizabeth Shue. I'm trying to think. I can't remember her name. I just went blank on her name. Probably, to me, the best female actor working today. Carrie Mulligan. I think she is amazing. She is so good. Again, good in any kind of movie you can think of. Any kind of movie. Bailey J is my favorite actress. Don't look her up. Jennifer Connelly. Fantastic. Fantastic actor, yes. Gal Gadot. You know what? For a long time, I thought Gwyneth Paltrow was really good. But then... some of her early roles, she's actually really good in. But... oh, you know who's one of those... what? Why are you people giving me porn actresses? No. I think one of my favorite, kind of like if she's in it, it's probably going to be pretty good. Susan Sarandon. She's been in banger after banger for like years. She's such a good. She's just a good actress. I like her. Sigourney Weaver, for sure. Oh, Michelle Yeoh. She's awesome too. But I think Margot Robbie is one of those where she can play all of the different. I don't know. It's cool. Sean Young isn't the best. But anyway. Anyway, guys, it's time. It's time to go. Susan Sarandon and her daughter are both slamming Jovovich. Not my thing, but hey, it's fine. Integrity 101. James Gunn's reboot will fail. The way they're doing it screams of incompetence. As before, this incompetence will lead to another shakeup, and that'll lead to more opportunities for the inevitable Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. I mean, I disagree. But hey, Zack Snyder's done. Zack Snyder's done with DC. He's moved on. And he's doing all of his stuff over at Netflix now. What is it? An Army of the Dead anime, I think. And then he's also doing that production where it's a science fiction production. But anyway. Rebel Moon, yes. Yeah. And which actually sounds really, really interesting. And that's the thing. And it's one of the things that I've never understood. And you got Zack Snyder, right? You got James Cameron. You got all these different directors. And sometimes when they make a movie, I hear people get mad that they're making this movie when they want them to make this movie. And I'm like, I want the best directors out there making the projects that they're really passionate about. Have a good holiday season. Integrity 101, you too. People have been disagreeing for years. It's okay. See, I think Zack Snyder is really passionate about that Rebel Moon, and that's where I want him, honestly. The fact is, even if they did Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, I'd probably watch it. I would. But I'm not the person that they have to try to sell to. And I think that's part of the thing. DC is not looking at people like me, the movie dorks who try to go see everything, and see as much as they can. I just don't think it's going to happen because I feel like Zack Snyder had his chance. And they know how well Justice League did on HBO Max, but hey, it's okay. Have a good holiday season for you as well. And thanks for popping in. But look, you guys, no matter what, look, we can disagree and we can be kind and all that stuff. I'm the same way. We disagree about tons of things on here. Some people don't like pineapple on pizza. Some people don't like The Last Jedi. Some people don't like Zack Snyder. Some people don't like James Gunn. But here's the thing. The truth is, we all like movies, and that's what this place is about. This place is just a place where we can hang out and have fun, talk movies, books, whatever. You know, let's talk. Let's have, hey, fun. So here's the thing. I just want everybody to have a great week. If you celebrate Christmas, celebrate it to the max, man. Whatever it is, do the thing. That's the motto here. Do the thing. Family, friends, whatever. Or you got your pets. You're hanging out. You guys are having a little dinner in front of the fire. Whatever it is. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you have a very, very safe holiday season. My fellow Texans, we need to look out because it's going to get down to 9 degrees here. Dude, that's cold. And then it's going to be in the 70s next week. I wonder why people are getting sick here in Texas. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. I appreciate it. And yeah, post your gifts on Discord for sure. And thank you for the sub, Integrity. Thank you. But yeah. Christmas time. Gather around, it's Christmas time. I'm just kidding. Thanks for giving us a place. Enjoy your holiday, brother. Hey, all you guys enjoy the holiday. Enjoy the time. Look out for that Blade Runner review on Thursday. There's going to be some fun stuff. If you've seen Blade Runner, there's some really, really cool stuff that I didn't know that I'm going to share and stuff. I think it'll be a fun video. I'm excited to make it. So I hope you guys have a great week. And we'll see you next time. Next Tuesday. Same time, same place. Bye, guys. Christmas time, Christmas time. Have a great Christmas, everybody.